Welcome everybody to another lesson learned experience of
Okay, so I just wanted to test out and see how loud this is. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't too loud. That's all. I would usually use this for my microphone. It's the Nvidia Studio Voice. But it takes so much of a GPU.
Lockdown 23 and 1.
I love this dude's channel. Lockdown 21.
That's right, today we're going to learn ourselves another valuable lesson. Not to mention witness one of the longest Chattanooga train smoke clouds I've ever seen. It's like it's never ending. It's been a long time since I've seen the courts back up that Amco oil truck.
Yeah, see.
Ladies and gentlemen, for anybody that doesn't know, when you're in jail, the inmate's going through the court process. If you come back,
yeah, I can already see the lag.
Prison, the other inmates are going to say you got smoked. Your boots got fried, dipped in the finest oil, and torched. The smoke trail will follow you to prison for the next 10 years. That's the type of stuff you got to hear from the inmates after you just get sentenced. Every now and then I like to clarify that for the people that might be new and saying, what the hell is this guy talking about? Anyways, the defendant here is going in front of the judge for multiple probation violations. And y'all know these violation cases terrify me more than anything. Because I went through plenty of them myself, man.
Oh, wait, this is
more scary than not knowing
friendly.
What kind of time the judge is going to give you. Especially when it has a big range of years that he can work with. So let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoy all things lockup and crime related, then this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. And check out my playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today. Alright, here we go. Not gonna lie, those portraits in the background of the past judges is terrifying.
What the fuck is that?
Legend has it at night the frames of those portraits start dripping smoke. That's unreal, man. I'd have to see it.
Check this guy's stuff out.
But for some
He's
reason,
hilarious.
I didn't press play yet, and it's smelling like a school bus exhaust in here. And that only usually happens when someone gets sentenced to a lot of time. But I don't think that's the case with this one. Maybe I'm just smelling things.
No, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sentencing,
Ah, fuck.
probation violation, sentencing in 3 files.
I've been playing this for a couple hours now.
23-6457, 23-6764, and 23-6765.
The hell?
Counsel, you want to state your appearances, please?
Melissa Goodrich, Boone County Prosecutor.
Jeremiah Buffalo, we're on behalf of Mr. Sayers, who is seated to my right.
Okay, and have you had a chance to review the probation violation report?
Yes, Your Honor, we reviewed it some time ago. The court had been setting these matters out due to Mr. Sayers' other pending matters that are presently here in Sheboygan. We would ask that the court continue to hold that out so we can handle those other matters.
Well, my only problem with that is now it's alleged that he's committing crimes while he's in our jail, so I'd like to get him out of our jail. So I'm going to proceed with sentencing today.
I'm gonna watch some cartoons in a little bit.
Not good, man. Not good. You can't be doing that type of stuff in Sheboygan. I don't know where that is, but for some reason I'm already thinking I want to move there. Look at all that Sasquatch Alpine Birch. Honey glaze, too. Look at the shine on that. Quit peeking behind his shoulder, man. There's 5 other seats. Scoot over. But look, this guy has dug himself a huge ditch. I don't know what kind of crimes he has, but he's going in there for 3 probation violations, I believe. And you heard what his attorney said. Can we put this off until he goes through the court process for his other crimes that he's committed? And why would he ask that? Is because once he's found guilty for those as well,
I didn't even see that.
Chances are he'll get violated again. And nobody wants to get double violated, right? So they try to get all their court cases done and then handle that violation all at once. if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain. But the judge ain't going with it,
Yeah.
right? So he's going to sentence him for this violations today. And sentence him, I believe, for stuff that he's doing inside the jail. He said he's got to get him out of there. And what does that mean? That means prison, buddy. And the only way you get shipped to prison is by getting sentenced to prison time. So you know for a fact that's what he's about to get. Just how much is it? That's the question.
Additions or corrections to report?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Goodrich, any additions or corrections to
I'll
report?
probably send that.
Is there anything you want to say on Mr. Sayers' behalf?
The fuck?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sayers is a victim of addiction.
There's nothing up
Your
here.
Honor, and addiction rears its head in many ways, and it has got a hold of Mr. Sayers. Your Honor, I believe that the best possible solution for Mr. Sayers is to be engaged in treatment, and that we would
I
ask.
think so too. And
The
I sent
fuck,
him
man?
treatment. He walked off and absconded.
Oh, no.
So I don't know how to get him.
Fuck
treatment.
this.
I agree 100% with you. The problem that we have is that Mr. Sayers doesn't agree with you for me.
In my conversations with Mr. Sayers, Your Honor, he does. He acknowledges that these acts that are alleged are tied to an addiction, and he needs the help. So, Your Honor, we would ask that the court fashion a remedy that allows for rehabilitation as opposed to punishment.
I used to look at these judges and the way they would treat these guys for mouthing off at them. I used to think like, oh, that's just their ego. And if you really think about it, it's kind of like, I think they're doing that on purpose, just to knock their ego down a couple pegs and be like, listen, man, you're in deep trouble. And you're here because of your fucking ego and getting yourself in trouble. So you might want to, knock that shit off and listen and respect the people around you and respect authority. So, in a way, I get it. Took me a while to understand that.
They're asking for something that is a remedy to rehabilitation instead of punishment. Well, like the judge said, he's already given him that, and he walked off from the program. That's one of the worst things
I'm
you can
drenched.
possibly do.
How am I
Almost as bad as
drenched?
bringing back a new crime because you're spitting in the court's face. That was your slap on the wrist. You're an adult, and chances are it's going to happen just like you're seeing in the
Oh, no.
It's
You
gonna
see,
give you no more chances.
I'm going
The
to
only
run
way
after
to
you.
remedy it is
And
by
I'm
getting
gonna
him into a program that he can't escape from, and that's programs that's inside a prison.
Mr. Sayers, it's not required to say anything today, but it is allowed. Is there anything you want to tell me?
I'd just like to say that what he said is 100% accurate. I do struggle with addiction. I definitely need help. I want help.
Motherfucker. How am I wet?
To get there.
I have an
and do it
umbrella,
myself,
you stupid.
But I have 2 kids that
Oh.
needs me.
You stupid motherfucker. Come here.
I'm disappointed in myself for everything that I've done. I want to do better. So, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm in water.
Which recommendations from people?
Oh, you little fucking bitch.
6 years old. He has 2 prior felonies and 2 prior misdemeanors.
I'm not gonna
Before
stop
these
following you,
cases, he was
bitch.
Given a second chance by entering into recovery court, despite numerous warnings about taking it seriously and being ready for the program. Mr. Sayers has repeatedly
What?
said one thing and done another.
I died
He
because
made
I'm
little to no
wet.
effort during his time in recovery court, actually incurred another case upon release from jail
Okay.
to start recovery court, and now I received a warrant request today for conduct while in jail, awaiting the sentence and having the other felony court
You
case.
stupid
So I'd ask
motherfucking
the court
goddamn
to follow those recommendations.
fucking balls.
Thank you, Mr. Sayers. Did you stand for the court sentence?
Yeah, I fucking chased you, motherfucker. Come here.
All right, so we're here for sentencing on probation violation. You can file 6457.
Dude, I will chase you around the
You were on
fucking map.
probation for resisting obstructing police by fleeing on foot from the police during a traffic stop. Maximum 2 years.
Oh, you're so fucking bad, didn't ya?
You're on probation for fleeing and eluding third degree, habitual second, 7.5 year maximum. In that case, you fled in a car during a traffic stop, striking a police vehicle. both high risk.
I already feel much better. No, I ain't got him.
764.
Ah, fuck
On
him.
probation for delivery of meth and drug double, that's in 40 years. Possession with intent to deliver meth.
Holy
drug double,
shit.
maximum 40 years. Possession with intent to deliver
Dude,
drug double,
I'm almost
maximum
dead.
40 years.
I don't know if that's 3 separate charges. That's what it sounds like, honestly. If so, then that dude's got like 129 and a half years over his head. And he decided to walk away from his slap on the wrist program. How stupid can you get, man? God, I don't know how much time this guy's gonna get.
I mean, I've given you so many warnings. And we placed you in the recovery court program despite some of this high-risk behavior.
Get the fuck out of the way.
We sent you to treatment, and you left treatment and then extended supervision and had to get arrested. That's not even taken into account. It's alleged that you committed.
Oh shit!
All that was going on. All this was going on.
God.
See, that's what I call
Dumb motherfuckers.
a bigger bitch. I hate to see it, but I love to show people the reality of things. He went
Wow.
on a run, and while doing
That's
so,
ridiculous.
he got all these violations that he's about to get sentenced for, and committed new felonies while out on the run. One scoop of dirt at a time, just as fast as it took for him to dig that ditch. It's gonna take him decades to get out of it.
We've been just out of control, and we have.
Oh, this
tried to
place
give
is
you
fucking
every
wild.
tool in our toolbox. You know, so now I got to reach for the other tools. You know, what your attorney's saying is a great hit with the initial sentence, and I bought it, and I put it in recovery court. And you and I have had several conversations. You and Mr. Faye, you and Nicole.
Get up! Go!
And I don't know why.
What are you doing?
And it's not just that you're using drugs.
Oh my god.
We got delivery. We got possessions with intent. We got fleeing from police. We got fleeing from the
Bro,
police in a car.
why are you not moving?
They're high risk.
Oh my god.
Places people in danger. Not just you. It places other people in danger as well.
Sorry, this fucking game.
So, taking all those
That
things into
character
account,
right there, for some reason,
5, 6,
every
4,
fucking
5,
time,
7.
I get stuck and I can't move.
Going to that's an advisory guideline range of 0 to 11 months. I'm going to revoke your probation and sentence you to, let's see, you get another 85 days credit, I think, because we've been adjourning this. So I'm going to order that you serve 284 days jail.
Oh, that was a good one.
Credit for 284 days previously served. Any fines and costs that were previously assessed remain due and owing an unpaid balance.
A light
That's
smoke.
Sure, buddy.
6457.
200 and something days. Light smoke. Light smoke.
6765. That's the fleeing and eluding.
Oh, this is the fleeing.
By the way, he's probably right behind me.
Second.
Yeah.
Felony.
The advisory guideline range is 10 to 28 months. I'm going to revoke your probation and commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Why? I don't
for a term
know.
of Not less than 28 months.
Apparently he runs at
For
warp
more than
speed.
7.5 years. Exercise of my discretion under the habitual offender statutes to increase the statutory maximum to 7.5. You have credit for, by my count,
Yeah.
as of today, 225 days credit.
Great.
Any fines and costs that were previously assessed remain due and owing in the amount of an unpaid balance.
So the guidelines I think were 10 to 28 months. He went on the high end, gave him the full 28. And keep in mind, with all these different sentencings all at once, the defendant's really probably hoping that it goes concurrent instead of consecutive. As y'all know, consecutive means he would have to do all his time back to back to back. But, you know, it's not starting off good for him.
Where's my
He's getting
house?
the high end on almost everything.
Yeah, he's right there.
And that is a sentence within the advisory
figure.
guidelines.
Dude, this place is not for me right now.
764. On the count
This
of
place isn't
all the-
like,
I'm gonna revoke your probation,
dude, the comparison
fines and costs, and
from tier
remain
2
due and owing
to
in the
tier
amount of
3
unpaid
is
balance.
so
For the delivery of
unbelievable. That's pretty. I thought there was like a bug or something.
Are 51 to 85 months. The drug double would give me the discretion to double that.
Did he
to
stop
102
actually
or
running
170
after us?
months.
Oh,
I'm not going to exercise my discretion to increase the guideline, but I am going to exercise my discretion to increase the maximum penalty under statute. So for that case, Mr. Sayers, I'm going to commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections for not less than 85 months or more than 40 years, with credit for 225 days previously served. At the top end of our guidelines without doubling, I believe that is proportionate, given his absconding supervision and legal treatment. And again, I'm not exercising my discretion to double those guidelines.
he said no less than what? 85 months? That's damn near a decade. Not to mention, he said he raised the maximum sentencing on it, so he probably has a lot more time over his head in case he gets in trouble. But he could have doubled that.
The thing is, too, is that if you want
I think we're like at 120
progress,
months right now.
I'm reading.
you need to do
Just a couple.
you need to do things to get tier 3 essence. Only thing is that if you can't beat any of these enemies, how are you gonna get tier 3 essence? So, but you can't use tier 2 equipment because tier 2 equipment does next to nothing to these people. That's why I'm complaining about from tier 2 to tier 3 is so huge. Like, having tier 2 equipment is it's just useless.
More at it in SpongeBob.
But figure something out. Always do.
Oh, and try not to breathe the fumes.
Is it Toxic Patty Tuesday?
Barnacles, no, boyo. The customers keep passing off their dirty, filthy money, so we're...
I want some, like, old shit.
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wile E. Coyote. Genius. I am not selling anything, nor am I working my way through college. So let's get down to cases. You are a rabbit, and I am going to eat you for supper. Now, don't try to get away. I am more muscular, more cunning, faster, and larger than you are, and I'm a genius, while you could hardly pass the entrance examinations to kindergarten. So I'll give you the customary 2 minutes to say your prayers.
I'm sorry, Mike. The lady of the house ain't home, and besides, we made you people a sick last
All right.
Why do they always want to do it the hard way?
The 2 persons named will then race to our studio. The first bunny here will win the $1 million.
Last week, 2 sweet little old ladies from Pasadena almost killed each other trying to win the prize.
And now the magic moment. The 2 buddies in tonight's fun race are Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny.
How about that, Daffy? Tonight we're the buddies. Hey, buddy, where'd you go?
How you like being on a park, bitch? What?
For money.
Since when did he start going that far out?
Now, how do you suppose this rope got untied?
Yeah, okay, buddy. There. Piece of shit.
Queen of the desert spa, land of beautiful girls. But Daffy. Daffy!
Yippee!
You and your shortcuts. I told you to turn west at East St. Louis. Yeah, I know. Way I figure it, we're somewhere in the Himalayas Mountains. That's pronounced Himalaya. Himalayas? Why, you four-legged Marco Polo, that's in Asia! Himalayas! No wonder it's so cold. Look, Dad, I've got a wonderful idea. Let's...
Oh, pal, do me a favor, will you? Just don't do me any more favors. You just stay right here and study to be a snowshoe rabbit. I'm going back to Perth Amboy.
All right, what's holding up the works? What's all the... Well, here we are, Pismo Beach and all the claims we can eat.
What a way for a duck to travel. Underground.
Oh shit, you can't really see
Wait
it that
a
good.
minute. Since when is Pismo Beach inside a cave? I wonder... I just bet we should have turned left at Albuquerque. And then maybe a right turn at La Jolla. Well, we can't be too far off. So if we, It's mine, you understand? Mine! All mine! Get back in there! Down, down, down! Go, go, go! Mine, mine, mine! What's up,
Hey.
Duck? I'm rich! I'm wealthy! Yahoo!
I wonder if I'll get copyrighted for this. It's just cartoons,
comfortably
man.
well off! Woohoo!
Open septuagenarian. You open the saddle soap. You open sesame.
I'm in for money. La talk to money.
Ah, Red
Dun,
Cap.
dun, dun, dun,
Call me a
dun.
cab, boy, and be quick about it. I'm a heavy dipper.
I need 30.
Quick, quick, save me, pal, and it's yours. Gorgeous, isn't it? Don't be afraid. Have it appraised any place.
Proud punk.
Hassan Chop.
Yeah? Well, we'll chop the rabbit. He brought us here.
Me, Genie, the light brown hair.
Oh, mighty genie.
Release me, and I shall grant thee a rich reward.
He's lying. Chop him, chop him.
Hassan, release you, oh master.
Thank you, Hassan. Now, wouldst thou like to have all this treasure for thy very own?
Oh, yes, master. Hassan like. Hassan like.
Very well. Ziggity, zaggity, zoo.
Did you say giggity?
Flippity, flappity, flute. It's yours.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. If I were you, I'd put him aback. It can only lead to self-destruction. It only takes one bird to start you, and before you know it, it's 2 birds, then 3. Suddenly, without realizing it, you're a victim. Then one day, the end of the road. If you really want to beat this, look us up. We can help you.
You're an idiot.
Our new member has come to us for help. Would someone volunteer to tell what B.A. has done for him?
I was a 3-bird-a-day pussycat until B.A. helped me.
Being on a bird kick cost me 5 homes. B.A. helped me solve my problem.
Fellow members,
From now on, my motto is, birds is strictly for the birds.
Oh, I think it's gonna suck out the hole. Say, what you building there?
What's cooking, Doc?
Rabbit stew. Dad, I'm such a genius.
Smells mighty good. But there's only one little thing wrong with it.
There is? What?
No rabbit. I'm looking over a tree-leaf clover that I overlooked B3.
Well, back to the old drawing board.
Can't believe he's talking.
He probably thinks he's miles ahead of me. It is.
He never
to laugh.
talked when I was
Ho, ho,
growing up.
ho, ho.
Not once.
What's this?
Bro, she's
Dark
been sleeping in that
avalanche,
bed
gold
for like
keystone.
8 days.
Only a dirty rat would do that. Or a dirty ducky.
Nice.
So that's the way he wants to play, huh? $1 million is $1 million.
Okay, T3.
Well. Hi there, Daffy, old buddy.
Don't old buddy me. I'm ahead, and I'm gonna stay ahead. I'm way out in front. Woo-hoo! Old Daffy's doing it. Look at me pulling out ahead, winning in a breeze. I'm way out here. Ooh.
I wonder if Daffy will remember that he can fly. No?
What?
I guess not.
Oh, George, you were naughty to pretend you was a bunny rabbit. I will punish you good. Bad old George.
Look, Doc, I know there's a real bunny rabbit, a very cuddly and a fubsy rabbit.
And then, after a carrot burger and a malt in Albuquerque...
Oh, Bugsy! Bugsy, buddy!
Oh, hi. What's up, Duck?
Come here, old pal.
My own little bunny rabbit.
Hey, an abominable snowman.
I will name him George, and I will hug him and pet him.
Oh, sure. I know I'm a louse, but I'm a live louse.
And I will give him security. And I will keep him warm like a mother hen, so he will
That's
never
the first time
feel
I've ever seen the
rejected
rabbit.
or lack for love.
Poor old Bugs. But any way you look at it, it's better he should suffer. After all, it was me or him, and obviously it couldn't be me. It's a simple matter of logic. I'm not like other people. I can't stand pain. It hurts me.
Okay, a bomb. Here's your bunny rabbit.
He got the jump on me, but I can still beat him to the top floor with my little secret weapon.
Yeah. What's up, Doc? Yeah, mule. Giddy up. Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Cinderella
Giddy up,
or
mule.
something.
The big moment is here, folks. It looks like our winner is Daffy Duck.
I won! I'll take that $1 million now. Thank you.
There you are, Daffy. $1 million, and it's all yours.
$1 million?
And inside the $1 million are 1 million little boxes.
Oh boy, just what I always wanted. Cheese. just a moment, sir. I would like to donate my prize to my old and dear friend, Bugs Bunny.
There's a real buddy for you. For inside of each of the million little boxes, there is a crisp, brand new $1 bill.
Alright, so I need red.
And I searched and I searched. Whew, it's hot. But I never caught up with my little bunny rabbit.
Gee, that's tough, Mr. Abdominal Bubble.
And now I'll never, gosh, it's hot, never see my bunny rabbit again.
Don't give up hope yet, Doc. If you love him, he'll come back.
Oh, here I am. Massacre started yet? Fireworks gone off? Balloon gone up?
Oh boy, a bunny rabbit. Just what I always wanted. I will name him George.
And I will hug him and squeeze him and pet him and pat him and... Hey! Hey, what do you know? He melted. He really was a snowman.
Abominables, that is.
Dear Diary, I know you won't believe this, but today...
Let's see what's cooking on TV.
After
so I
a
need my
basting,
buttons.
you'll find
Yeah,
that
my
your
way.
bird will come out of golden brown.
He just sits there and catches on fire.
Every succulent morsel will simply melt in your mouth. Wee, how easily white the meat slices, eh? Yum, yum. Those are not the looking...
Oh, you are so dumb.
What's the matter with me? I gotta get birds off of my mind. I know. I'll play the radio. Music will get my mind off of it.
That was Bye Bye Blackbird. And now we'll play When the Red Robin Comes Bob Bobbing Along.
I gotta stop myself. There. Now I won't be able to get the bird.
Oh, Mr. Pussycat, don't you like me anymore?
I think you're delicious. I'm sorry I had to do that. I was afraid you might be weakening. Yes, I did weaken. Thanks a lot.
I have come to give myself up on account of I cannot fight no more against such genius.
A wise decision, my friend. You have just saved yourself from a fate worse than the frying pan.
I have only one last request. I have made out my last will and testament, but I need a witness to make it official. Would you sign it with his fountain pen?
Certainly, my boy. Delighted to be of service. Very amateurish attempt on my person. Being a genius certainly has its advantages. Brilliance. That's all I can say. Sheer, unadulterated brilliance.
I still can't believe he's talking.
Ah, my darling. How beautiful you are.
Textiles.
How devastating. How lucky. Little did you dream that one day you would marry a genius.
Fight fire with fire, I always say. I don't know. I have a feeling that Pismo Beach ain't quite this wide.
Help! 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 Save me, pal! Save me! Help!
Hassan, shot!
Help!
Okay, Dad. Back here. What's with you, anyway?
I can't help it. I'm a greedy slob. It's my hobby. Save me!
Hassan, chop!
Him go that away. Is he gone? Yeah, I got rid of him.
Oh boy, I'm rich! I'm wealthy! I'm independent! I'm socially secure! I'm rich! I'm rich! I'm rich!
There, I think that's the last of it. Just a quick check to see if I missed anything. Hey, what's this? Well, polished up, it might bring another quick 4 bits on the open market.
I am the genie of the lamp, oh master.
Oh, no, you don't. You want my treasure. Well, it's mine, understand? All mine. Down, down,
Oh, there, buddy. Calm down.
Dog, you have desecrated the spirit of the lamp. Prepare to take the consequences.
Consequences, consequences, as long as I'm rich.
I wonder how that crazy duck ever made out with that genie. Hey, what do you know? A poil.
It's mine, understand? Mine, mine, all mine. Go, go, go. Mine, do you hear me? Go, go, go. Mine, mine, mine.
Oh.
Thomas, you cowardly bully! You monster!
I got something.
Dude, I should have 2 buckles.
A bird.
I thought I saw a pretty cat.
Okay, okay.
And then
I'm actually
undoubled,
curious
but
what
at the
this,
top end.
what this guy got.
I am exercising my discretion to increase the statutory maximum from 20 to 40 years, however. On the count of possession with intent to deliver method with the drug double, the advisory guidelines are 72 to 120 months.
Actually, not.
I would have it within
I
my
can use
discretion
that.
to double that to 142 to 240. I'm not going to do that. However, because Mr. Sayers walked off of treatment and absconded treatment court supervision while all of this was going on,
We have to go
I'm
look
going to sentence him to the
for,
upper end of the undoubled guidelines and commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections for not less than 10 years or more than 40 years. Credit for 225 days previously served, increasing the statutory maximum by the drug double statute. And on the possession with intent to deliver cocaine, drug double, 40-year maximum, advisory guidelines 10 to 23 months. I'm going to not double the guidelines within my discretion, but sentence you again at the upper end of those guidelines at 23 months to 40 years. Credit for 225 days previously served. Exercising my discretion to increase the statutory maximum, however, not increase the guidelines. And again, top end of the guidelines is certainly proportionate in this case. You are able to file an application for leave to appeal if you wish on any of these cases. If you want a lawyer, I give you one, but you have to ask me within 42 days. So we're going to hand you some paperwork explaining that process. One copy is for you to sign. If you want to take an appeal, the other one, we're going to ask you to initial one in all 3 files so that we have a copy of it.
Hey, Your Honor, I'm definitely feeling that. Yeah, I can't even breathe.
Yeah, 50
If you want
years.
to take an appeal, the other one, we're going to ask you to initial one in all 3 files so that we have a copy of it.
But homeboy ain't gonna be seeing his 2 kids for a long time. Especially if he runs it consecutive. God, what's he gonna do?
Lawyer, I give you one, but you have to ask me within 42 days. So we're going to handle some paperwork explaining that process. 1 copy is for you to sign. If you want to take an appeal, the other one, we're going to ask you to initial one in all 3 files so that we have a copy of it. And then we'll just have to rid them out or do it by video to deal with the pending cases. But I'll not have you in our jail any longer, sir. Good luck.
Did they already say it? Did they already say it or not? What kind of attorney does he have? They didn't even ask him.
All those sentences will be concurrent to each other, which I think is required by law on those files. But they're all concurrent to each other, all the counts, all the files.
Oh, thank God. Concurrent! Ha! So he's probably gonna have to do like 10 clip. And for anybody that doesn't know, consecutive, like I said, he would have had to done the 2 years, then the 28 months, and then the 10 years, and then the 28 months, whatever, however many things he got sentenced to, he would have to do them back to back to back to back. Now he just puts them all together, has to do them all at the same time, but the time that he's doing will be capped at the one that he got sentenced to the most, which I believe was 10 years. So that's what he's gonna have to do. And I think Michigan has a little bit different of a good time ratio than what I'm used to. I can't remember, but with good time and stuff, I think he could get out in like 9 flat, 8.5. Unless I heard things wrong. I mean, this guy had a lot of different stuff. And keep in mind, he starts going to courtroom for other felonies. So not only has he got this 10 and some change to do or whatever, chances are he probably get a few more years over there. And then they're going to probably put a lot of time over his head for those crimes. Not to mention the ones he's already got. So if he messes up again, then he's got to go through the violation process, just what he did today, all over again for all of these crimes. And the judge increased the maximum sentence on him. So even though he didn't really get a slap on the wrist today, it doesn't matter. It could have been a lot worse. If he messes up again, the size of the window for the amount of smoke that come through is going to be huge. Bigger than it was today. So I wish this guy the best of luck, man. You need to stay the hell away from those inebriants. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a prime example of ditch digging on probation at its finest. It's crazy to think that someone with so much time. Welcome everybody to another shocking episode of Lockdown 23.
Next time I'm gonna do one without him. It feels wrong. He's a good dude too.
What am I looking at when I say that? I don't know. A shooting star, maybe? Speaking of stars, we're going to be speaking about a hit character from the hit TV show 60 Days In on A&E. That's right, a former sheriff, Mr. Jamie Knoll. We've been following the story of this individual since it first broke. I'm not here to break down all the stuff that he's done, but for the most part, he did a lot of lying and a lot of stealing, even from his own dead brother. Unreal, man. His nephews, nieces, even his own daughter wants to see him pay for his crimes. So much has went on with this case, it's unreal. These guys really messed up a lot of stuff. But like I said, if you want to do your own research on everything, go right ahead. Today we are just here for this sentencing. So let's get right into it. If you enjoy this type of content, all things lockup and crime related, and this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today. All right, here we go. But first, look at the symmetrical greens in here. Yeah, it's already starting off with a bang, not to mention that maple birch in the back.
Good morning.
Okay, me sometimes too.
Hope Noel, H-O-P-E-N-O-E-L.
And Ms. Knoll, are you related to the defendant, James Knoll?
Not anymore.
Have you prepared a statement that you wish the court to consider prior to decision?
I mean, if her last name's still Knoll, I do believe they're still related. At least by paper, right? Anyways, this is his brother that passed away, his former wife. And I remember covering this when it first came out. His brother's house, I believe, somehow got into the hands of his brother, and the people that was left to didn't get what they were supposed to get. If I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that.
Could explain, you said not anymore. Can you explain that, please?
I'm the ex-wife of Leon Knoll, and I have his son, Jack. Noel. We have a son together, and then I also have Taylor Noel, who is Leon's son, or Leon's daughter, sorry, not mine, but she also lives with me. And then they have another, there's another son, Dorian, as well.
These are nieces and nephews
Of Jamie's.
What's this?
Can I speak directly to him?
I'll let you ask the judge that.
Oh no, I did the wrong
I
one.
want to aim this directly at you. Okay?
Ooh. Judge said, feel free. He's ready for the juice. I would have too. I would have been reaching for the white lightning fast as lightning.
Can I speak directly to him?
I'll let you ask the judge that, Ms. Noel. Feel free.
Feel free, be my guest.
I want to aim this directly at you.
What are you doing?
Okay? I'm speaking on behalf of
Sightseeing over
Leon's kids. I'm his ex-wife, mother of his youngest son, Jack. We trusted you to handle Leon's estate and give the kids what was rightfully theirs when he passed away.
Yup.
Leon trusted you to do what was right for his children since he was
And-
not going to make it. He literally
piece of
had to
shit.
make a will in the hospital. Do you remember him passing away? I'm sure you do, since you were there in the hospital with all of us when he did. I don't see how you can say in your Facebook post that your brother Leon is missed and loved after what you've done to him and his children. I believe in you, and I have a very different definition of the word love. I'm not sure why you felt the need
I
to
hope
steal
they give
from the
him the
estate since you were already
maximum. I
stealing
really
from
do.
everyone else.
And I hope he
And you claim
cries.
to be a Christian man.
I hope he's sobs.
Did you know
and
greed was one of the
Please
7 deadly
no.
sins? Apparently you
Anyone
didn't pay
who
much
does
attention in
something
church.
like that?
When that man was doing
Oh.
these things, I don't know if he's changed his life now or not, but he had no integrity or honor whatsoever.
Nope.
When
When
you
it
paid
came-
the checks,
yep.
checks to the kids from the estate, the amounts were lower than I would have expected, but I did not question it because I was not married to Leon anymore and I did not know his financial status. So I never questioned it. Why would
Yeah,
I?
no,
His
he didn't
brother,
change.
the sheriff, was handling it since you were the executor. Looking back now, I wish I had gotten a lawyer for the kids when he passed.
Yeah. Really.
I remember having
Not that
numerous
it's your
phone calls
fault,
with
I'm
you, trusting you, even
don't
sent
trust
you a
anybody.
thank you gift of cigars that I contacted John Miller to see what your favorite cigars were. I was
Money does crazy shit
grateful
to
that
people,
you
man.
handled the estate process and wanted to
Unfortunately.
thank you for doing so. I had them sent to your house and you never even acknowledged it or said thank you. Now I know why.
Where are the rest of these?
Then a little over 5 years later, we find out that you have stolen from the same estate that I thanked you for handling. From your nephews Dorian, Jack, from your niece Taylor, your brother's children who lost their father, like that wasn't bad enough. Now here we are dealing with courts, lawyers, media, etc., all because you chose to be greedy and steal from them. The sheriff is supposed to be someone you can trust. Your uncle is
Yep.
supposed to be someone you can trust. Not only did you
Especially.
steal from them financially, but you also stole their trust. I would personally like to see you get a psych evaluation because I do believe you are a sociopath. There are no words to describe the amount of disgust I have for you. I hope the time you serve in prison alone really gets to you, and I hope Leon haunts you every
Good.
single day.
fucking
I
hope so,
absolutely
too. I don't even
wish
know who
the
Leon
worst
is.
for you. Your oldest child, Danielle, she wanted me to tell you, and I quote, tell him his firstborn daughter is thankful for being ignored. I personally have always thought very low of you for the way you treated her differently than you did your other kids. Leon had more to do with her than you did, and he was just her uncle. At least he didn't steal from her like you did your nieces and nephews. He was the better brother, the better uncle, and a better father than you'll ever be.
Shit, son.
Your niece Taylor has written you a letter. I'll read it for you.
No.
From Taylor, I am extremely disgusted by your actions towards not only the family but to this family. What you did is unacceptable and will pay the consequences. There is no getting out of this. Because of you, the family now has trust issues. The family never sees each other. The family now has trauma. You really hurt us in a way no family member should ever have to go through. And you hurt this country, or this county, because now we don't trust our elected officials either because of the corruption you've caused.
Come on.
And I hope one day, and if you're ever released, and you can finally be a decent human being because what you have done is pure evil, and I expect apologies to everyone. And she wants to really hope this thing sinks in for you at this part. That Grandpa, your dad, And Leon will be very disappointed in you. Karma is coming for you, and I hope you realize how bad this upsets me. Have fun in prison because you deserve it. Yeah, that's what I want to see right there. You crying.
Jamie! Don't do it! Those look like crocodilians. I don't see a proper shine of water anywhere. Mister, no, you're lying even with your tears. Man, but look, the geese, the dog, I mean, they all want them to get smoked. Let's cool the smoke jets for a second. I'm sure he has something he wants to say as well once he squeezes out one of those lemon tears.
Finally, some reaction. You put us through hell.
Shit. Don't cry, Jamie. She probably can't believe he's crying. All right, here we go. Let's see what Mr. Jamie Knoll has to say after all that.
Thank you for allowing me the opportunity.
It's so weird seeing him like this after watching 60 Days In, man.
Yeah, it is. Especially knowing what he was doing.
As a Christian.
Oh no, here we go. There you go, stay standing. That's respectful.
It's always important to acknowledge your sins, which I do. Which I have, but I apologize. I'm sorry I wasn't able to apologize. I wasn't able to be a witness in this circle. For some reason, the reasons of how this was allowed to happen, it's not who I am. Except for the big mistake that I made. But first, victims that you haven't heard of.
What the fuck?
What?
Why is he here?
Forgive me. Not being honest with them about where the money was spent, where it came from.
Bro.
My dishonesty with them is causing all great.
Dude, those are fake crying. That's fake crying for sure. Oh no, Casey could go to jail? She's still going to trial?
And my family had no knowledge of the business that I was running, or how I was running it.
Sorry, you can stay if you
Or
want.
whether or not I had the right to tell them how they could spend their money or use their credit cards. I controlled everything when it came to our family's finances. I can think maybe over 28 years of being married that my wife may have asked for 10 checks school related that she would have ever signed in her finances. I took out the garbage. That was my wheelhouse. My family trusted me to do that. And I obviously didn't do it. I prepared everyone's tax returns on TurboTax without their input. Matter of fact, when my daughter Casey, after she bonded out, she said, "Dad, could you please do my taxes? I need the money because I paid bond." And I said, "Casey, I can't do it." She'd just been charged for something that was my fault that I did on her taxes. They were victims of my deceit just like anybody else.
They gave them pink cuffs. How disrespectful. That's what they give to the women. No disrespect to the women. Of course, they're very strong. Pink handcuffs.
Yeah, they,
But they're not meant for men. They're supposed to get those plain old junky silvers with the little rust on them. How dare they give them those pampered pink cuffs? Me and Brittany went to jail together from the courtroom one time. She had pink janks as well. Had to holler at her through the vent when we went to the holding
Especially
tank.
domestic
I see those pink cups.
You see those all the time.
Yeah, I know, bro. It's hard to see in here with all this fumigate.
Second, I asked my wife 20 years to forgive me. I understand why I volunteered to trust more than once, and I lied. I know this has caused her embarrassment and a lot of heartache and hatred being funneled towards her. I was honest with her about the money, the credit cards, or her taxes, which I did. I'm sorry that I caused her so much pain and embarrassment, and I'm sorry. I want to apologize to the citizens of Clark County that trusted me, that voted for me, and let me be their sheriff, including everybody and some of which you heard from that helped campaign for me. I would have sinned overtaken without winning their trust. I'm sorry. I want to apologize to the men and women of law enforcement, fire, EMS. I spent a life as a law enforcement officer, volunteer fireman, and a UT. Tarnish the reputation of public safety units is very undeserved trouble to meet them and worry about them.
That's right.
My actions should not tarnish them. I want to apologize to my friends and colleagues that have been brought into this case because of me. I'm sorry to each and every one of you. I never asked anyone to do anything wrong. I never expected you to do anything wrong, but because of me, you have suffered. I'm sorry for this, and I apologize.
All right, well, he said his piece, and I'm not gonna lie, it just seemed very scripted. Yeah, it looks like he's crying a lot, but like I said, I ain't seen not one tear yet, right? If you're really crying about something, aren't tears supposed to come out? Let's see what kind of smoke the judge has in store. I think they might have some kind of plea deal in order. Don't know if the judge is gonna go with it or not, though.
Over a year ago, I got a call from general counsel for the Indiana Supreme Court, wondering if I would accept the assignment of the investigation. I wasn't given an explanation of the allegations that were being levied against him.
Come on, you fucker.
Yet I accepted the assignment as my duty to the citizens of the state of Indiana. I somehow got in touch with Officer Heron and asked him, what is this case about? I didn't know anything about it. He gave me a short explanation that there were some suggestions that there was perhaps some forgeries for an officer to get a pension that he didn't earn, misappropriation of money. So I had a bit of an explanation he said about his task of investigating.
Keep the sheriff for 60 days in. All right, I'll do it. Sign me the fuck up. I've been wanting to smoke that guy since I seen the first episode. That's what I would have said if I was a judge, you know, behind the scenes. I wouldn't have told nobody, of course.
And Officer Crew, I agree with you. Officers Heron and Hanson have been exemplary detectives. One afternoon, I received a text from Officer Heron that said, are you available for a search warrant after probable cause? And I said yes. I said, you know, can you tell me a little bit what it's about? He said, I believe I found all the missing shipping containers that were obtained by Clark County Sheriff's Department, but they are now missing. And there was a short delay, and it said on a train. I immediately had to call him because I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Gotcha.
I said, did you really say a train?
Oh shit.
He said,
Still alive.
That's the way this case has proceeded. One outlandish discovery after another. I was here last Friday listening to arguments concerning John Miller and the change of venue because of public outrage. That the citizens of Clark County have been directly deceived defrauded, betrayed, ignored, all the while waiting for help that came too late. Through all you tarnished badge you were given by the citizens who you tricked in devotion to you and trusting you. You have failed everyone who's ever worn a uniform.
Right.
Whether it be law enforcement, firefighters, EMTs, or the like. You profess to promote democratic freedom, yet you behaved as a political fascist, thwarting and bullying those who would not submit to your will. How do you restore public trust in their government and their need for equal justice under the law, not just for Jamie Knowles' friends, but for fair treatment for all of those who seek to uphold our office with integrity? Restoring trust means allowing justice to prevail.
And that's absolutely correct. The number one step to all of this is what we're doing right now. About to watch this guy get smoked. That's how we get our trust back, man. Seeing people be held accountable. Sad to say, though, I strongly believe this is just a little tiny drop in a big, big bucket.
I respect and adopt Superintendent Carter's words when he indicated, as a public servant, you give to those in need, not take from them when their backs are turned. And that one person can destroy what 1,000 have built. You should have adhered to his advice many years ago. We have heard today that real lives were lost in exchange for your greed. Employees lack equipment, staff to effectively perform their duties, and therefore the citizens of Clark County, perhaps the town of Charleston had to find means for their students to protect their children. Again, because of your greed. Your extravagant greed even went so far as to steal their nieces and nephews.
Sick.
What could you do?
Nothing.
Your actions have revealed that your lust for power and pleasure are worth far more than the lives of those who trusted you for your care. But today, the court says otherwise. I asked Office of Court Services to do an analysis from a fellow up there I respect, who's probably a lot smarter than me, as to what the
PSI
maximum I might be able to give to you would be.
Ooh, mid or max?
And we've had discussions about that, and I've discussed it with others and done my own research.
There you go.
I could give you perhaps more time, but then I would be subject to an appeal, and the Court of Appeals might lower my sentence substantially, as I recently have done in Washington County. They thought I give them too much. You can't just take each count and add a year. There's issues concerning continuous criminal conduct, minimum and maximum, and how they're tied together with all the other charges or time elements. So as I analyzed this, I've come to the conclusion that it's a very substantial sentence, considering that these are level 5s and level 6 felonies.
Done. Yep, he's gone for the rest of his life. Hopefully it's worth the money.
Sounds like he's gonna go with the plea.
And I also listened today carefully. And not one of them indicated that they wanted you to spend more time in prison. They wanted
Should have.
you to remember your deceased brother. for the rest of your life and what you did to his children. Some of them want you to suffer. And you can understand them, I would hope, considering how you betrayed everybody that you possibly knew. Everybody that thought you were their friend. Matt Owen could barely look at you. He held you up as a father figure. Supported you when you were telling everybody it's a witch hunt. He still believed you. Yet you deceived everybody. Witch hunt. Way to deflect responsibility. With reluctance, I will accept the plea agreement.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The story of former Sheriff Jamie Knoll from 60 Days In is over. Unless something might happen to him in prison. But I'm here to tell you, look, you can Google stories of former officers getting killed in prison. You ain't gonna find hardly any. These dudes are protected, man. You know what I mean? So I'm sure he's gonna be going to a very special, nice, cozy block. That's just how it goes, at least from the research that I've done. But man, this was, like I said already, something out of a storybook. I mean, I know officials lie and steal all the time, but this one was a bit different. A lot more grimier, something that you just don't hear every day. When it ties into the family, he was with the fire department, tax-paying money. I mean, there was so much going on, it was unreal. But to do it to his own brother after he just passed away is just the bottom of the barrel. I mean, you gotta be one sick puppy to do that. But I do agree with the judge. Taking the plea deal would probably be a better.
Yeah, probably just get it over with. Alright, I'm gonna get me a fancy, nice sword, and you ain't getting one. Actually, I might make you one. Just
Welcome to Looking at Legal Stuff. Today we have the 5th hearing in a case with a couple, where Dad claims that he only found out that his son was his biological child after he was recently contacted by the Child Support Office, who wanted him to do a DNA test to establish paternity. This came as a huge shock to him because he says that Mom told him 3 years ago that she had a DNA test showing that another man was the father. He says that since discovering the child was his biological son, he's been doing everything he can to make up for lost time, but Mom won't allow him to see the child without her constant supervision. After the court orders parenting time for Dad, Mom continues to play games by withholding the child and manipulating the court by lying about the severity of the child's medical needs. When Dad is able to prove to the court that Mom has been lying and not taking the child to their important medical appointments, the judge removes the child from Mom and gives Dad primary custody. Now we're at their final hearing. Will the judge leave the child in Dad's custody permanently? Let's find out. You don't want to miss the first 4 hearings from part 1 and 2 of this wild and crazy roller coaster of a case. I'll link the earlier videos for you in the description box below.
All right, this is the matter of
so collect this.
Amy Suzanne Hyatt versus Matthew Christopher Fenton. Miss Hyatt was the one who initially, actually it was the state of Tennessee XREL that was started as a child support action, and then subsequently Mr. Fenton filed motions to establish himself as both a parent as well as asking for visitation. And we've had numerous hearings in the case, and the last hearing or two that we've had, I put an order down designating Mr. Fenton as the temporary primary residential parent for this young man, and that's where we are today. And today, this hearing is designed for the court to make a final determination of a parenting plan, and as well as to consider the motions for contempt that have been filed by Ms. Hendrickson on behalf of Mr. Fenton. Now, Ms. Hewitt, do you understand that to be where we are?
Hell yeah.
Turn her microphone on for her if they're to.
This melee damage 129. This is 57.
And we're ready to proceed. I'm going to, even though this was initially begun as a child support matter and Ms. Hewitt was listed as the plaintiff, the matters that we now are dealing with are all brought by your client. So we're going to allow your client to have the first say in the matter. He'll proceed. He'll have the burden to show what needs to be done in the case. So Ms. Hendrickson, do you wish to make an
All
opening
right, I'm gonna
statement?
make another one.
But the case that's going to be heard will require testimony, and as a result, if you are going to be a witness for
I need
either
a
side in this
shaft.
case, you must go outside of the courtroom and remain outside of the courtroom until you're called to testify.
I'm gonna
You
make
are
you one,
prohibited from
motherfucker.
discussing the testimony of any other witness with anyone, or from watching the proceedings which are being live streamed on YouTube. And violation of that order would not only constitute contempt of court, but it would bar you from testifying. All right. If you're a witness, you must go outside. You have witnesses that need to go out.
Okay, let's see.
Judge, I would request the 12-year-old Miss Sophie also. I'm not sure if she's going to be called to testify. That's fine.
So whoever's in this courtroom is not going to be prohibited, is not going to be allowed to testify unless they're a party at this point.
Judge, just to clarify, the contempt actions that we filed previously, those have been dealt with. So the only thing that's before the court is basically the final hearing, the establishment of parenting plan. And so I'm hoping that it will not take very long today. And so just a brief procedural history, since this case has been going on since last year. As you've stated, Judge, back in March of 2024, my client has filed a petition for paternity in response to a child support action that was filed against him, where he was ordered to pay $800 per month. In May of 2024, he was confirmed as a biological father following a DNA testing. And then in July 8 of 2024, he filed a motion for a temporary parenting plan on the basis that Ms. Hewitt was not being cooperative with visitation time with him. And that was heard August 31st of 2024, where Your Honor ordered supervision at the mother's home. And I believe that this was largely based on the fact that the mother claimed that the child has medical issues, heart conditions, nonverbal autism, and things of that nature. And so you were not comfortable with father having unsupervised visitation at that point. And so father attempted to have visitation from August 31 all the way to November 19 when I was hired in this case. From August to November, father had difficulties with this supervised visitation, resulting in us filing for contempt actions and motion for Christmas visitation. That was heard November 19, and Your Honor did allow my client to have unsupervised visitation overnight. That was for the Christmas time, but kept the same visitation for my client. And that day also, the mother maintained all of her claims that the child had some rare condition. He was going to therapy throughout the week. He was getting speech, OT, ADA, physical therapy. And so based on that, again, my client stayed in that same visitation. And so then we fast forward to January 29. At that time, I had subpoenaed all of the medical records and the TEIS, the Tennessee Early Intervention records.
How you doing?
And the school records. And we had a hearing January 29, resulting from our motion to appoint my client as a temporary parent, primary residential parent. At that point, we were so concerned of what we found. And in that hearing, Judge, you did found that Mrs. Hewitt had delayed access to certain services with TEIS for about a year. Physical therapy, speech therapy, developmental therapy. There was an ophthalmology consult that was not done for months. Ashton had a cardiology appointment that was not done. well baby checkup, and that's in the order, Judge. And so at that point, Your Honor did not find that Miss Hewitt was credible in her testimony, and you appointed my client as the temporary primary residential parent.
Oh, this is fucking boring. You know, it's crazy. I'm not even tired. Not really.
All right, who's the mother on William Harper? Come forward.
What to do for dinner?
No, Mr. Harper, you can remain seated. All right, Miss Harper. Yes, ma'am.
Bones. Oh.
I want to explain something to you.
Uh-oh, someone's in trouble.
Take a deep breath. Yes, ma'am. Calm down. That's okay. All right, just take a deep breath.
You shouldn't have.
All right. So this is what I want to explain to you. And this is just based upon my background.
Breaking the law,
right?
breaking the law.
I've been a defense attorney, and I was a defense attorney for a long time. I was a prosecutor.
Oh, that pack. That's right.
And sometimes, as a defense attorney, you will have a client who has some mental health issues, maybe, right? Or either you have a client who has some intellectual issues, right? So in situations like that, you always want to talk to parents because maybe parents can give you some insight into them, right? But then other times you have clients who don't have any of those issues. They're adults. They don't have any issues where, oh, I need to talk to your parents because obviously I'm not able to communicate with you. That's not the issue. Now, this is what I know. I know that parents, when they have children, their children are always their babies, right? No matter if they're 25, 30, you always still see them as that little boy or that little girl. And you feel like you need to be there, right? To give your input. What I can tell you is,
teriyaki.
Attorneys
Remember that?
Necessarily don't have to talk.
That 76 station that has teriyaki in Monroe, right on that corner on Frylands Boulevard. Their sauce is so good. I finally figured out at 38 years old what kind of sauce they use. They always told me, oh, it's a secret recipe. And that's what they told everybody. So one day, I'm working at Pizza Hut. And we brought out our teriyaki sauce, I think it was. And we put it on the, the wings. And I start eating it. I'm like, oh my God, this is the teriyaki sauce. Yeah. So they ain't fooling nobody. God damn it.
To parents or family members. And the reason why they don't is because they're adults, right? And they're in adult court.
Boom.
Now, sometimes we get people here who are 18 and parents want to be 100% in it because they're 18. And even though technically they're adults, they still sometimes are in the child realm as far as the way we see them. So what I can tell you is, in this court, I always require defense attorneys to speak to state, defense attorneys to speak with their client. You can see something.
They probably used the same shit. It was more thick. It wasn't like that watery shit that I find everywhere else around that area.
Times when people come to me, well, we're just getting a reset. Do we really need to bring that person out? And I'm like, yeah, we need to bring that person out because I want that person to know what's going on with their case. I want them to know that their attorney showed up and their attorney is actually here. So what I want you to do is, if you need to go get a drink of water, you can get a drink of water. Nothing is going to happen with your son's case.
Textile. What?
While you're outside the courtroom. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So take a deep breath. If you need to walk around.
Textiles.
And you
What
can
the
come
fuck
back
is
into the
this?
courtroom, okay?
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Miss Ford.
Any
All right, you're
textile,
welcome.
we're fine.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So,
All right,
Mr.
that makes
Harper,
sense.
we'll wait for your mom to come back if something's going to happen with your case, okay?
Just for the court's information, we do not have an agreement. We're open to the court.
All right.
What a fine.
Court is calling 2020 CR 2192, State of Texas versus William Eric Anthony Harper. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Allie Jackson for the state.
Defense.
Judge Richard Garcia for the defense.
And are you Mr. Harper?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Harper, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same William Eric Anthony Harper who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 2192 for the offense of theft from a person on October 5th, 2020 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, we're proceeding
This
on
better
violation
work.
of condition number 2
thank God.
on or about the 27th day of August
More
2021
space.
in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, William Eric Anthony Harper, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer or supervision officer and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
That's true.
Your Honor, at this time, we're going to waive the remaining, all the violations.
Okay.
All right, any objections?
Come back
No
over
objections,
here.
Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there any proposed agreements?
No.
There's no agreement, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
The state is requesting revocation, Your Honor, and that he be sentenced to 18 months in a state jail facility.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, being that the case expired a year ago, Mr. Harper has asked me to ask you to terminate his probation unsatisfactory. He did complete the intensive outpatient program. He completed all the community service hours. He currently attends DeVry University, where he's got 3 months left for his, I believe it's his engineering degree. During the time of this probation, he had a daughter, and he was busy working to support his daughter. He has had a job up to about a month ago with Tesla.
Injury resist.
And he says that he even brought Elon Musk to San Antonio. So for those reasons, we're asking that you terminate him unsat. Mr. Harper would also like to address the court on his behalf.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is William Harper.
All right, you're going to need to keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear.
So, Mr. Harper, tell Judge Boyd why you are asking her to terminate your probation unsatisfactorily.
Ah, fuck it.
I'm asking for you to terminate my probation because of I've worked so hard.
What's up,
Yeah,
everybody,
that's
and welcome back to another episode of
Ah, damn
Lockdown
it.
23 and 1.
I love this guy so much. I'm trying not to like watch all his videos on stream, but like it's so hard because his videos are so good. He was in
Yeah, I
prison
know.
for a
I
while.
took the stash a
and now
little
he
too
does.
low yesterday, fellas. Little low, but it's all right. We're gonna keep the show going. Don't mind the drop top on the mini map here. Anyways, we are jumping back into courtroom, and if you are new to this channel, we talk about all things lockup and crime related. Everything you ever dreamed of. So don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell before you
Okay,
leave.
I think we're ready.
You know, someone once told me that the people that hate you the most watch you the most. So you better be giving them a show. And that's what we're gonna do today, ladies and gentlemen. We're jumping back into the courtroom to witness a grown man cry and sob like a little baby. Mr. James Ball probably never in a million years thought he'd be in the courtroom facing some penitentiary time. Yet here he is. Mr. Ball is in the courtroom for killing his brother-in-law, his wife's brother. A little fight took place between the two at a 4th of July party, and Mr. Ball decided to go upstairs and get himself a gun. Maybe because he was losing, maybe because it was his own house and the guy wasn't leaving. This is a crazy one, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle your seatbelt, get that stolen polo button up and the fresh pressed khakis ready. It's time to fight for our lives.
The matter of People versus James Ball. It's on for sentencing today. My file reflects that James Ball previously entered a guilty plea to manslaughter in the second degree in violation of Penal Law Section 125.15, Subdivision 1, with an agreed-upon sentence of no worse than an indeterminate sentence of 3 to 9 years, along with a waiver of appeal. I ordered the pre-sentence report. I have it. I reviewed it. I've also received a number of letters that have been submitted on behalf of Mr. Ball, on behalf of the Ross family. I read all of them, and I will make that part of today's record as well.
All right, so he pled guilty to second-degree manslaughter, facing a maximum of 3 to 9 years in prison, which is not too bad to individuals who've been locked up,
especially for
like
killing
me,
someone.
been in prison 2 times. 9 years for accidentally or whatever the case is, taking a man's life is not that bad. With good time, you might be doing like 7. And that's if he's sentenced to the max. At least he knows that they ain't gonna go no higher than 9. A lot of guys do not have that opportunity because they don't take plea bargains. They could go home that day or they could go to prison 70 years. That's scary. And another good thing that's going his way is a pre-sentence report. You know, that always works good for the people that ain't never had no kind of criminal record, because a pre-sentence report is pretty much a scoreboard to your past criminal charges. The more charges you have gives you more points on the pre-sentence report. The more points you have means the more time you're going to get sentenced to prison. So it doesn't always work out for everybody, especially the career criminals, but he ain't got no damn criminal record, man. He probably ain't never thought in a million years he'd be in front of a judge.
Bill Fitzpatrick is here on behalf of the people, as is Hannah Renna, Emil Rossi, Michael Spann, Bob Duncans that are here, along with James Ball, the defendant. The people move sentence.
We do, Your Honor.
Would you like to be heard today, Bill?
Yes, Judge. Judge, this is literally one of those instances where every lawyer in this courtroom would rather be somewhere else.
Pardon me for interrupting you. Feel free to take off your mask, Bill. It makes it easier for everyone.
Thank you.
He was tired of that thing just skipping.
As I was saying, you know, if only there hadn't been that beating, if only he hadn't gone and gotten the gun, if only he called 911. And I don't know that he disagrees with me on that. I'm sure the defendant has gone through that in his own mind. But that's academic now, because Christopher Ross is dead, and this family has been
no biggie.
Ruined.
Just took another man's life.
Torn asunder.
Something stupid.
You know, the relationship between the parties
Throw
here,
that aside.
And I can't even imagine what the defendant's daughter is having to deal with, and she was forced to have to witness most of this the same. In any event.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, anyway.
You know, oftentimes I stand here, Judge, and I'll ask you to look at the defendant's state of mind and the consequences of his actions. And when I talk about a defendant at sentencing,
I don't know, the older you get, or maybe because I'm working at the hospital and just seeing a lot of death, I've been taking it a lot more seriously, because like back in the day I used to just be like, whatever, people die. The more you see it, I guess, I don't know, the more you start like, oof, man, this shit happens just like that, dude.
you know, this isn't a defendant where I'm going to stand in front of you and say this is a bad guy. This is not a bad guy. This is a good guy. This is a teacher, father, husband. You know, he's not perfect. Nobody is that I know.
But I still got to smoke.
And I know his counsel has worked hard to portray him in a positive light, and I'm not here to dispute any of that. But I.
Man, this is the damn prosecutor speaking. I ain't never seen a prosecutor try to save someone from some smoke.
The grand jury's decision was supported by the evidence, and that's what
kind of
that's
weird,
what I'd like
honestly.
to focus on. And briefly, there's no question the defendant deserves some consideration, and I think the people have given him that. He's entitled to that because, as we know, of the brutal assault that occurred just before this homicide occurred. I don't know what they were arguing about. I don't care what they were arguing about. They're both adults, and that's why we took a plea that we did and agreed to cap the possible sentence at 3 to 9.
Well, one's an adult, the other
So
one's
some of the
dead.
things about that night, Judge, are not in dispute. First of all, this was a family that, for all his faults, they loved Christopher Ross. I don't have any history of angst between the defendant and his brother-in-law before that night. His wife, Lori, certainly loved her brother. There was a lot of drinking that day, an awful lot of drinking, and that made some of these things inevitable about bad judgment being employed later in the evening.
Bad judgment.
As I said, the deceased and the defendant got into an argument. You've seen the pictures. The defendant got his butt kicked.
Yeah, he did.
It was.
He did. Go Google.
Brutal, savage, however you want to portray it. I'm sure Michael will do a better job than me.
Oh, Ross is getting the better hand.
After that.
Oh, watch your words, sir.
What's
Watch your
wrong,
words.
bro? How about the smoke, too? Just like he did.
Speaking to the mic, sir.
At that point,
ain't nothing changed.
Things become a little more murky, but I think they're not indecipherable. Lori Ball, who clearly loved her husband and her brother, she does her best to de-escalate the situations. We all know that, and she apparently met with some initial success. The deceased is now outside with his sister. She's trying to get him home in a safe manner.
No, can't. Okay.
Maybe as a compromise, he's going to sleep on the couch. Defendant is clearly upstairs. With all due respect to Lori, her version has changed. What she initially told police from today. So I'm gonna leave that out of my description for the time being. Allison, who I alluded to earlier, the defendant's daughter, she's then 16 years old. She's the niece of the deceased, and she's awakened by all this, and she sees what's going on. If there's more than one victim here, it's certainly Allison. She goes back upstairs and she does one of these FaceTime things with a friend, and then she sees her dad retrieve a gun, and she says something very telling for a 16-year-old. She looks at her father and says, "Dad, don't do this, you're gonna go to jail." She knows that. And I don't know whether it's alcohol or rage or a combination of the two. He ignores her, and then her Facebook friend overhears the defendant make a prediction that Christopher Ross is gonna die. He then goes back downstairs, and here's why he deserves 3 to 9, Judge. 4 shots to the deceased. Now, I could suggest to you the order, but determining the order is, as we all know, we've all tried a lot of cases, it's pretty much impossible. But I'm gonna suggest to you that there is proof of what the last 2 shots were. So one shot is to the top of the left shoulder, and it's in a downward trajectory. Another shot is through his right bicep, and it travels across his body.
He shot him coming down the stairs.
And
Is
then,
this guy for
what I
him?
believe are the
Because
final 2 shots.
Not doing a very good job.
And these are clearly to the back.
Damn.
They enter below the right shoulder of the deceased, and they travel in a downward direction. And incidentally, Dr. Stoppinger said any one of the 4 could have been fatal. Why do I say the final 2? Number 1,
the angle.
Lori Ball has testified a number of times about this case, and she only heard 2 shots, and I believe her. Her brother was closer to her when the final 2 shots were fired. This is a .22 Ruger, doesn't make a lot of noise, it's more of a pop, pop kind of a sound. Number 2, the final 2 shots to the back, they're less than 2 inches apart. Now that suggests circumstantially, because this gun requires a trigger suppression for each shot, but it indicates very strongly, being less than 2 inches apart, that the deceased was immobile. It's not likely that this was the first shot, the second shot to the back, third shot over here, and then another shot to the back 2 inches from one. It's more likely that the deceased was immobilized when he was shot. Dr. Stoppinger has testified that both of these wounds to the back, unlike the other 2 wounds, had stippling indicating, don't forget the deceased had no shirt on, indicating that they were discharged from anywhere from 2 inches to 2 feet away. That was his testimony in the grand jury.
2 inches to 2 feet. That's
And the
actually
fourth
kind
and
of
final
large
reason,
range.
judges, I believe those are the
Right
final
there.
2 shots, are the defendant's own words. He gave a statement which was the source of litigation in front of Your Honor. He steadfastly denies shooting his brother-in-law in the back, and take him at his word during his interview. He doesn't believe that he shot him in the back, but clearly he did. There's no other shooters there. As horrible as it sounds, he fired twice, immobilized Mr. Ross, and then went over and executed him. And Judge, it's as simple as that. It's not because of his character. It's not because of the pain that this is going to cause the family, in addition to what they've already suffered. It's what he deserves. And I really think 3 to 9 is a more than fair sentence for somebody that, executes his brother-in-law. And I thank you for the opportunity to be heard.
More than
very
how about
elegant
more?
closing.
What do you
Very
mean more than
Let's do
fair?
it.
That's
Quick,
ridiculous.
just a quick little courtroom analysis. Look at that damn 2022 beam cannon webcam. And those hand-whittled inmate tables are shining. Not to mention the Sector 9 declassified UFO surge protector. This courtroom's giving me multiverse vibes. I don't know what that even means, y'all. Don't mind me.
I have, Judge, and I've gone over it with Mr. Ball as well.
Now look at that mic. That thing's like a damn Mount Everest. Look at the length on this puppy here. Don't poke your eye out with that.
Thank you as well, Mr.
Bobby, you love mics like that, don't you?
Mr. Ball.
She needs to angle that damn. That's one of them things you put in the pipe to unclog it. Snakes.
Michael, would you like to be?
I would you?
You're an idiot.
You can take off your mask as well, please.
Thank you.
Keep dying.
Judge, we're asking you to sentence Mr. Ball to probation today. We're asking you to impose a 5-year probationary sentence, Judge.
Probation?
In this case.
Probation
I
for
understand,
killing
Judge,
a man?
especially after listening to Mr. Fitzpatrick, that you may have some reluctance in imposing that sentence, but it is an authorized sentence. The legislature has told us that for manslaughter in the second degree, the crime for which he pled guilty to, the crime for which the people graciously allowed him to plead guilty to, and I thank them for that, Judge. This was their
All right,
call.
now we gotta go find the thing.
The second degree,
Come on,
based upon the review of all the facts and circumstances of this case. Judge, the legislature, by giving you that authority, is telling us that there are those cases, there are those homicide cases that warrant a probationary sentence.
That's an eye of intent right there.
Again, Judge, I can understand your
Intent to smoke.
There's a young man who tragically lost his life here. The Ross family has been suffering for 5 years, and I expect they will continue to suffer for a very, very long time. Possibly the rest
Probation,
of their
bro.
lives.
Probation for killing someone. His brother.
But I'm
Squeaky
asking you,
chair.
Judge, to look at the history and character of Mr. Ball, which I believe you have quite a bit of proof about his history and character. And I'm asking you to conclude, Judge, that confinement is not necessary to...
There's a lot of drop tops
imagine?
today.
I couldn't imagine like someone taking my life and then being a ghost or something and watching someone get probation.
I think the answer to that, Judge, is clearly no. And again, you've got a lot of information available to you.
Look at the ear on that mask.
I'd like to start off by talking about remorse. I think there is just
Dude,
tons of
3 to 6
proof
years is
that
crazy.
he has remorse for this. Judge, I've known him now for 5 years. Met with him numerous times. This has always been an important case to me. I've met with Mr. Ball quite a few times. And I can tell you for the first year, we could barely get through a meeting without him crying. And who is he crying for? Of course he's crying a bit for himself.
Camera
But he also
qualities.
cried for Chris Ross. He cried for Chris Ross's mother. He cried for his own daughters, his own wife. He knew what he had done. He took responsibility for it, Judge, when he came in here and pled guilty to recklessly causing this death.
Yeah,
So I think you have
Judge, he came in
plenty
and
of
pled
reason,
guilty,
Judge, to
so
conclude that he is
give him
remorseful.
probation for
You have
killing
all
someone?
those character letters that I
At
sent
point
you,
blank
Judge.
range?
Now, this case is funny, man, because this guy was out on bond, and as you heard from the prosecutor or district attorney, whatever you want to call him earlier, it said that the wife's story has changed a few times, right? So who's to say, and this is all hearsay, who's to say that when he was on bond, didn't go out there and influence the old lady to say something else? You know, this is just one of those situations. Even the courtroom knows that it could get dirty because it's his wife. You know, it might have been her brother too, but it's also the love of her life. So it's gonna be a tricky case. So that's more than likely why they took the plea deal route, right? Anyways, this guy was out on bond, and he probably hasn't seen any jail time for these charges yet, and he thinks wholeheartedly that he's probably going to go home on probation. You hear his attorney fighting for that. So when guys like this get sentenced, you never know what's going to happen, you know, because they just ain't ready
stayed in prison. You should have just went to prison and stayed in there just in case.
I know that Mr. Ball has a few words if you'd like to say also.
Mr. Spano, thank you. Mr. Ball, would you like to be heard? Please, yes.
Oh, man, what's Mr. Ball got to say?
Man is dead. Brother's dead.
In our home, there was.
He's gonna have a hard time in prison, Bobo.
Chaos, some violence, and above all, tragedy.
Stupid.
For the last 5 years, we've all been wrestling with the question of culpability on one hand and mitigation on the other. Mr. Spano and Mr. Fitzpatrick, to their credit, have come to the conclusion that the ultimate decision in this case must be made here, this afternoon, by this court, under the conditions that they have agreed with the court to be implemented. Again, Judge, that was a morning of incredible chaos, but in the most general terms, there were a few very serious physical confrontations in the house. There was a period of time when my wife, Lori, and my brother-in-law, Chris, went outside to see if things would cool down and she could drive Chris home. I was trying to make preparations for what might happen next. There came a time when Chris came back into the house with Lori, trying to hold him back, and it was at that time when I shot Chris. When I appeared in front of the court in December, I told the court that I acted unreasonably and I was responsible for Chris's death.
Don't do it,
My
buddy.
conscientious belief is that the responsibility lies with me because I should have used that time to contact the police.
Yup.
The police should have been called to my house before Chris was shot and not after, and that is the basis of my guilt, and that is what I live with.
What? What'd you say?
He's worried about going to prison, that's why.
That's
the only reason why he's crying.
I have every minute of my life in regret and guilt. Regret and guilt that Chris lost his life under these circumstances. Regret and guilt and the impact of this tragedy on the Ross family.
Yeah, you killed him.
These guys going through it, man.
Excuse me.
I never thought about killing someone just because I was too
fine
wrong.
path
You know what I
for
mean?
yourself and your family. You've served your country, received an honorable discharge from the United States Navy.
Damn.
You've served your community. You're very well regarded, now
Dude,
retired
leave the
school
baby
teacher
pig alone.
and youth coach.
Wow.
You've been a source of comfort and respect for your family, who quite
Look at these
clearly
guys.
remain
They're
loyal to
butchering a
you.
fucking.
You're held in very high regard by friends, by fellow teachers, by your neighbors, by students. There's no question about that either. I have absolutely no doubt that you are remorseful. No doubt. You clearly were under extreme duress that morning. And as we all know, alcohol and guns are never a good combination.
No, it's not.
Nope.
There were alternatives available, which you now acknowledge.
Where's my sledgehammer?
Unfortunately and tragically, those alternatives were not used. And what appears to the court to be left is two devastated and divided families, left only with pain and grief in common, with no easy repair in sight. I'm sorry for everyone's loss. And Mr. Fitzpatrick was right when he initially said, none of us want to be here today. None of us.
Get the buffalo skin chair there.
Taking all these unique circumstances into account, as a result of your plea of guilty to manslaughter in the second degree, the sentence is that of an indeterminate sentence of imprisonment of 2 to 6 years. The minimum is 2, the maximum is 6.
That's it?
There was a waiver of appeal at the time your client entered.
Here we go. Bailiffs, get to work.
2 to 6 years for killing someone, and they're acting like he got life in prison. I'm not kidding. I have socks that are just as old as 2 years. Come on, dude. Fuck out of here. What a bitch.
Dude, don't let me see you.
Killed your brother.
Before you get out
Point
there.
blank
Zone
range.
222. They're waiting for you with the Brillo pad. Mop man. Oh, man.
What a fucking
Poor
bitch.
fella.
I hope you get the same treatment
Shouldn't have
that
been
you gave your
gun,
brother.
man. You know you got beat up. Should have been got a gun.
Right? He's talking the same shit. Oh, poor guy.
Jim, extended deployment. You're on extended deployment, man. I love you.
Love you. By the way, it's okay you killed our brother. It's all right. I would never forgive one of my brothers for killing my other brother. Oh, I really wouldn't. Nope. Send him to prison for the rest of his life.
No, he
Nope.
ain't. His ass going to the
I don't think so.
penitentiary, big dog. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned a few things along the way. And I don't know if I said it in the video or not, but this guy got sentenced in New York. And y'all know all about them treacherous-ass New York stories on my channel. But you just never know, man. When, even in your own house, and you're a square from here to Kingdom Come,
Anywhere
done everything
in
right
New
your
York,
whole
by
life,
the way. That's
you're
not
in the
just mean in
military,
the
it doesn't
city.
matter, man. If you decide to pick up a gun and take someone's life, chances are you're going to be going through the courtroom, and then your life will be at stake. But that's just my 2 cents, you know? Anyways, let me know your...
Yeah. That goes for, like, even way upstate. In fact, probably even more upstate, because that's where they send all the city guys. Up here. And then they come out, and then they start a life here. Yay. Just saying, like, obviously I wouldn't choose going to prison in the Bronx or something or whatever, but I also wouldn't choose going upstate. I wouldn't choose going anywhere in New York at all. Good
2
Lord.
cents in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. Check out all the links in the description of the video. Go add me up on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23.
Dude, why do I have so much energy?
Today we'll be witnessing a man by the name of Jacob Kayer take the stand for killing 2 individuals.
Hey, bitch.
Prosecutors will be
Talking to
asking
you.
questions about what happened, and his answers
Ah,
are pretty damn
Realmucker.
out there. But one last thing
started my
before I press play, I
patrol.
want you to pay close attention to what this guy's saying, because it's going to play a major role in his sentencing. Alright, back to the courtroom we go. Look at the drapes in this puppy. Very, very well finished wood, I must say. My front door doesn't even have a peephole.
Please be seated.
Oh, so I have to keep the...
The jury has returned to the courtroom. We're ready to begin the afternoon session. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Kerr, I remind you remain under oath. And then I think, thank you.
Look at the windshield on this guy. Jeez.
Mr. Kerr, can you hear me? Yes, sir. You want me to address you today as Mr. Kerr, Jake, or Jacob? How would you like me to talk to you?
Jake, okay.
Jake?
Okay. Well, how be? I guess they are getting used to them old PlayStation cameras. Let me give you a little backdrop on the individual on the stand right now. The story goes that this man got mad at his dad, got himself a book bag full of zip ties, knives, gloves, and duct tape, went down the street on his bike to someone's house and killed 2 people. Almost killed a third, but he survived.
Disturbing details just released in the investigation of Tuesday night's double homicide. We now know the victims are 25-year-old Sabrina Teague, 63-year-old Kisun Teague, both of Hobart. Another person stabbed at the scene, Joel Kennedy. He's in the hospital but is expected to survive.
At 8:12, officers responding to this home along Riverdale Drive for a weapons report, finding Sabrina Teague already dead outside. Inside the home, police say they found Joel Kennedy alive, with stab wounds to his chest and arms. Inside the bathroom, Hasan Teague's lifeless body also discovered with multiple stab wounds. Police say they recovered a knife on scene and found Jacob Kayer hiding in the woods near the home, tracked down by a canine unit.
Jacob had an opportunity to review it and got through as much as he was able to.
Oh, we have to do it again?
So Jake, everything happened on June 7, 2016, and here we are in August of 2020, correct?
Correct.
How old are you now today?
30.
When this happened, you were 26. Sound right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So I think you said when you testified earlier that a lot of times passed by, years, months, days. Is that right?
Unfortunately.
And you were waiting for this day and looking forward to this day. Is that right?
Yeah.
Jake, do you think there's certain times...
Oh my god, we gotta do it again?
Is that like a broad question? Is it human being thing or me
Do you think
specifically?
today is an important day?
Yeah, I think it's a turning point for Wisconsin when I finally reveal everything that you guys are committing mass racketeering, and I have evidence of a lot of that too.
Okay. It's an important day, isn't it?
Fired
Because
back.
you want to make sure that you say whatever you think is important to this jury. Isn't that why it's important to you?
Yeah, but you're concealing a lot of what's going on.
I don't know where the prosecutor's going with this. These questions are kind of strange. I think it's the prosecutor, I would guess. Are days important to you? What the hell does that even mean?
Jake, do you think there's certain times that are really important in your life?
Is that like a broad question? Is it human being thing or me
Do you think
specifically?
today is an important day?
Yeah, I think it's a turning point for Wisconsin when I finally reveal everything that you guys are committing mass racketeering, and I have evidence of a lot of that too.
Okay. It's an important day, isn't it? Because you want to make sure that you say whatever you think is important to this jury. Isn't that why it's important today?
Yeah, but you're concealing a lot of what's going on, and I'm not being allowed to speak about it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So this is your one chance today. You know that, right?
No. Because once we're done, I'm going to go through everything with 2020 other than the autopsy.
Okay.
We'll give up online when I go home.
All right.
That's what you want.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand this. Why?
I don't know.
I don't know if you have nicknames. Why did I see things
No,
where you referred to
dude.
as Jake Sambora? S-A-M-B-O-R-A. What is that?
That is the URL to my Facebook, Jake Diplomatech, Sambora.
Fuck.
But when I was making the Facebook, I was talking to someone about music, and they're like, well, you like guitars, and Sambora is a famous guitar person, so that's where it chose that name. I've never referenced as that anywhere else, no one.
That's why I just want to make sure what that was. Jake Sambora.
It's just the URL to the Facebook.
So I listened to what you had to say earlier, and you indicated that you didn't kill Hasan Teague, you didn't kill Sabrina Teague, and that you did not stab Joel Kennedy. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And that is your story that you want to tell today. Is that right?
More than that.
I don't get.
But you guys are trying to not allow it in.
Okay.
How am I gonna get this
She
done?
has the same enemies as me, and they have a history of attacking her.
Okay.
All right.
As well as
All
attacking
right.
me.
We'll just keep it going.
But basically, you didn't do it, right?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
I want to go back
Watch the
to
mic, sir.
Tuesday, June 7th, 2016.
No need to cover your
you
mouth.
think for some
You
reason
got
you
3
left your parents'
shields.
house on Monday, June 6, 2016? Is that right?
Did leave my parents' house the day before.
Okay. What time do you think you left your parents?
We usually have dinner between 4 and 6, usually more around 6, so we've been around that area.
About 6
Supper
o'clock at night?
time, Bobby.
That should be roughly around it, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll went through total time lapse, maybe 6:30, because it's going halfway through dinner. So
And so you think you left Monday, so then basically there's about over 24 hours, 27 hours that's missing. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah. And at one point, my first attorneys, I asked them to get if there was see if they could get any video cams from street lamps to prove if the my sister knew where I am and where I'm not.
Right.
But they just lied to me the whole way and said, "Oh yeah, we got this, we did this, we found
Very
out who's
smart.
threatening her,
Very
and did
smart.
nothing." So
So, what, we'll go with
All
your,
right, let's
your
see.
version. You at least remember having dinner with your parents, and then there was an argument where you got mad at your dad, Alan. Is that right?
yeah,
And then, what is your mom saying?
I'd rather keep them out of this public thing.
Oh.
What's her name?
Sorry.
I'm not going to keep them out of it.
Okay, my mom's name is Joan.
That's fine. And you said earlier, you love your mom. Is that right? Or you care a lot about her?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's try it again.
And you had a good relationship with your mom, but with your dad, it's a little different.
It's still, I'll run him if he was in trouble. I'd help him and whatnot.
Sure.
Just, I don't like how he has his viewpoints, but he's supported us and done everything he can, more than most fathers ever would, so.
He's more rigid thinking because of the military, and you said you're more of a free spirit type of person.
Yeah.
So maybe your dad just doesn't understand you.
Aren't we all?
I don't know if it's not understanding because he's not dumb, but it's just, you're not allowed to have an opinion towards just anything out of a certain spectrum.
And that really made you mad that you don't want to have to see your mom cry.
I wouldn't say it made me mad. I think it's what, like I said, I was running on low fumes, energy, low everything. I think that's what just kind of dropped me, where the trauma just starts, my mind is no longer having recollection of stuff. Like I don't remember even biking.
But,
so it's not mad, it's just like, physically I'm still moving.
I thought you felt, when you saw your mom, you felt provoked.
No.
And that your world just crumbled around your life.
It's sad, it's disappointment, it's worried, it's irritated, it's a whole mix of everything other than happy. But it's not provoked.
Really?
This is really shitty. I can't say any 2 cents to stop the argument. My dad wants to proceed my life as whatever, because I'm trying to stop Dylan from hurting Wendy, but he views it as whatever.
What did you mean when you said that night after you left your parents' house, you couldn't keep the key in the cage any longer?
What the
I'm a very poetic person. That's why I really think and stuff, so like you see throughout everything, when they get the chance to view all that last piece of evidence, that I'm assuming that, okay, maybe it's like a dragon box, pop. Assuming that, and it's not me. Because I'm being an honest person, like this is me freaking out and going somewhere, which makes no sense because I'm going somewhere else completely, other than this. So, there's a lot built underneath. Grandma just died. Dad's kicked me out of the family because
you guys are almost
I'm trying
dead.
to
Stop
fucking expose
attacking him.
This little person, not Joel, not Spring or nothing. I haven't really seen my sister. My sister's not doing good. There's the person I love, Wendy, is today she barely has any teeth now. She has a track marks everywhere. She's being an independent person. Like my life is falling to pieces and I can't do anything about it.
Damn, he put Cindy, was that her name? Cindy on damn Front
dumbass.
Street. Got tracks, all kinds of stuff now. Poor Cindy.
Get him!
Give me an example of a jack-in-the-box popping up. Is that what you're meaning when you...
Like an assumption to, what I wake up in, like...
Damn it.
Is that what you mean when you are having all this anger build up and it just
This is
explodes
crazy.
Is that what you're talking about?
Off of assumption to be that.
Ain't no way I'd be able to wear that shield
Well, I'm
24/7
asking
like
you,
this.
that's what you mean.
That's what I'm referencing, yes.
Okay.
Not saying referencing, oh, that's factual, what happened. I'm just referencing is what's going on. Is that what's going on?
You talk about when you're at the hospital,
Wow,
there's this kind of
still
a
there.
battle going inside you. You're talking about a battle between good and evil inside yourself.
That is crazy.
No, just, I guess a good example would be like, here's a puppy, it's a nice little puppy, you kick it in the face, you kick it in the face, you kick it in the face, eventually it's going to bite them.
No, you stupid
So it's not a battle with myself, it's a battle with
God damn it. One hit and it's gone. One hit.
Not having jack shit of visualness, and that's really
Fucking
scary, having
stupid
really good memory as
bitch.
it is. But, I mean,
Fuck you.
what is that? It's the type of thing. So, like I said, the mix of poetic.
This game is so goddamn frustrating.
Is that because you think a lot of the women in your
I mean,
life
what's the point of even going after this
did things
fucking
to you
guy?
that made you angry?
I could care less about that. I've always moved on. Just cheats on me. All right, here's all your stuff. Here's the contact I bought. Go ahead. Go leave my screw stuff over. All right, go. I don't need stuff over stuff.
Well, he got aggressive when you asked about his ladies leaving him. He said he don't care. He sends them janks off with the Klondike bar. Only the players know about the Klondikes.
That's what I don't understand, Jake, is it said something happens, you go on.
Yeah.
Like from Nicole.
I did go on to Nicole. Me and Nicole split back in 2013 fall.
Right.
I lost my place. I got another job. I got a place in Seymour. I was with Wendy, working out with Wendy. How's that not moving on?
Well, one of the first things you were talking about in the hospital early on is you're worried maybe you hurt Nicole's family. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
because I'm
seem like
trying
you
to
moved
figure.
on.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Who do I have?
Dude, it's useless
enough
over here.
animosity that would even cause something like that.
Right.
That's not there though. That's not that much animosity. I'm like, is it this? 'Cause I don't have any hate for anyone like that other than
Why
Dylan.
is he talking into
What
that?
about Wendy?
Dylan.
Can't you go on to her?
If you have a recording in my hard drive where I vocally say to her, drunk, so straight from the heart, it's not me wanting to be with you as much as I like that, but you need to find someone better because this piece of shit is going to put you on drugs. So is that saying, go ahead and find someone, drunk straight from the heart is not caring for someone? And I don't know what is. Because there's people that
I'm sorry, you keep going, Jake.
sorry. It was one last thing.
Yeah.
As human beings, a lot of us who have dreams, it's the ones that you can't control with your consciousness, or conscious awareness, you can't control with your awareness. It's been studies on that. Usually it's some type of event to occur that's not unnormal for us to know that. When I was incarcerated, before I got out, I had one of her dying, Wendy, and I was scared to death that was going to happen because her family's not that good to her.
Yeah, fuck this.
But I didn't know it was spiritual death, and so that's why it wasn't move on. Oh, you can go die somewhere, I can't go die somewhere. It was
not gonna win.
I don't want to know this person dying later because of some that wants to put her on drugs because she has a kid with him and you don't want to pay up.
It doesn't sound like you moved on.
You're making it appear that way. Like I said, there's a recording you guys have on my hard drive. You want to play it. It proves opposite of what you're saying.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of y'all are probably lost and wondering where the fuck am I going with this? Where the fuck is Mr. K going with this? Like I said in the beginning, I wanted you to pay close attention to his words because even though he stabbed 2 people to death, he's not going to be going to prison for it. They determined that this man is crazy. Now, once they determined that, they had to figure out if they think he was crazy during the time that he committed the crimes. And they did. A jury took nearly 3 hours of deliberating, but they agreed. He was all the way around crazy. Now, you know in the courtroom, a lot of people will fake crazy to try not to get the death penalty or something like that. Well, go ahead and compare those to this guy's, and you'll see the differences. Even though both of them might be sounding really ludicrous, you could just tell by the body motions and the way that he speaks. It's very fluent and consistent because that's his natural self. Crazy. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned a few things. If you did, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. Go check.
I think people believe going to those mental hospitals is like gonna be a cake ride. But hey, what are you doing in my house? But you got a shit ton of crazy ass people, crazy ass murderers. It's wild in those places. You do not want to go there. No, sorry. Do you? No. I don't know why people think like going to a mental hospital with a bunch of crazy people that have killed people is going to be better than prison with people that are just revenge or whatever. I don't know. People are dumb. How about not killing people at all? There's a thought. Oh, violent hit and run.
We're here.
I'm right back.
Going to the courtroom again. Going to the courtroom again today. And you know, when I do these courtroom clips, I have to be very careful, right? Because I don't want to see the sentencing before it happens. I want at least my reaction to the sentencing to be authentic. And I'll tell you this, when I was skimming through the video today to see if they actually showed the person gets sentenced, I was on the edge of my seat. I'm dying to see what this girl gets. We're going back to damn Ohio again. I don't know what's wrong with y'all out there. But people for the last damn week have been sending me nothing but Ohio videos. But this girl's charged with felony hit and run, tampering with evidence, lying to police. She pretty much hit someone, left the scene, tried to cover it up, and act like it never happened. Hit and runs are pretty treacherous, man, especially if someone got severely injured. If you caused that accident and you ran, and they catch you, chances are you're going to prison for a very long time. But anyways, if you're new, we talk about all things lockup related, so if that's what you're into, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. Allison Sparrow, hopefully I pronounced that right, was accused of hitting cyclist Patty Banks with her car and leaving the scene on May 15, 2019. She also tried to cover up the accident by calling the insurance company and saying she had hit a damn trash can. Damn trash cans. She entered a guilty plea in September 2021. Probably because they had plenty of evidence against her. That's usually what people do when there's no way to run. Just plead guilty, tell the truth, and hope the judge takes that into consideration. Probably have better chances wishing upon a star, to be honest.
September 9th of 2021, the defendant in this case...
I hate to pause it already again, but we gotta do a quick courtroom analysis. Wood grain looks like salt-treated Home Depot birch. Monitors and TV, probably cheap Vizio. No Sony Bravios in here. I could tell you that by the salt treated. See, when are they gonna make courtrooms that are sleek? You know, I've seen federal courtrooms, they got marble and drapes. This shit's beautiful. I never really thought about that shit until I'm over here reacting to these clips, you know, because it would be nice. It would just be a pleasant surprise to see a nice shiny courtroom, right? Wouldn't that make for a better video, better content? Which one of these states is going to be the first one to renovate?
Withdrew her former plea of not guilty and entered a plea of guilty to an amended indictment. Count 1 was amended to a negligent assault violation of revised code section 290314A.
There you go.
And the defendant pled guilty as indicted to counts 2, 3, 4, and 5. This time we would ask the court to take into consideration the sentencing memorandum that was filed in this case and the exhibits that were attached to the sentencing memorandum, which were provided to defense counsel in the court. And then
I object. She's badgering my witness.
Exhibits A1 through A14 are the photographs of injuries that the victim sustained in this case. And exhibits B1 through B8 are letters from family and friends. On May 15th of 2019, the victim in this case, Miss Banks, Patty Banks, was riding her bicycle on Lake Road. This was a ride that she'd done many times before. She lives in Bay Village and had been riding her bicycle out to Lorraine and then turned around and was riding back to her home. Now, this was the first ride of the season. As she approached Avon Lake, she was on Lake Road and was passing Moore Road, and she was struck by the vehicle that was being driven by the defendant, Allison Spurl. Following the accident, Miss Spurl left the scene of the accident. Miss Banks, it caused her to basically fly.
Get your shit together, ma'am. She's got to be a fresh noob. Green Bean Jay. Your Honor, I apologize about this prosecutor, but I did warn you, didn't I? I told you she wasn't built for this shit.
Miss Spurl left the scene of the accident. Miss Banks, it caused her to basically fly into the air after hitting the windshield. Following the accident, Miss Roland stopped and called 911, render any assistance. Nearly 15 minutes after the accident happened, she was on the phone with the insurance company saying that she had hit a trash can.
She was quick, wasn't she? Within 15 minutes, she called insurance to tell them she hit a trash can. Obviously, she didn't. You ain't gonna sit there and tell me you think that was a trash can, not a person. This girl pretty much immediately made a plan.
She had her car towed to a body shop to conceal what had happened to the car. And she continued her pattern of lying in this case and eventually actually lied to law enforcement and continued the story that she had hit a trash can.
What?
Luckily, there was somebody nearby where Miss Banks had been hit. Marsha Herwald, Miss Herwald was able to render some aid to Miss Banks, and she survived as a result of that.
Oh, cameraman! Look at him! Look at him, he's sneaky. The judge was probably being rough or whatever with the camera crew and said, look, no cameras beyond this point. So they can't get that front end shot of the prosecutor, right? Oh, he got her anyway, did he? He got her anyway. Almost like this guy's laughing at it. Like he got a smile on his face. Nice haircut, though. Oh, this cameraman's legendary.
Miss Banks, sustained some severe injuries that continued to be a huge part of her life. Those injuries are laid out in the sentencing memorandum, but she still has long-term pain from those injuries. And there's also mental injury with all of this. She's been unable to ride her bike now.
Yeah.
We would ask the court to consider the sentencing factors under
look
the
at this.
Code Section 2929, 1282, specifically the factor that the victim of the offense suffered serious physical, psychological, or economic harm as a result of the offense. At this time, Your Honor, if appropriate, the victim would like to make a statement in this case.
All right. Yes. Is it Miss Baker?
Banks, Patricia Banks.
Miss Banks. I'm sorry. Good morning, Miss Banks.
Morning.
This is the victim.
So I just want to say good morning and thank everyone out back for coming today.
This right here is what I call pre-smoke. When the victim shows up to speak against you, it could go one or two ways. She could do what most people do, come in there, tell the truth, what happened and how much it affected her in her life. Because she got hit by a car, she's elderly, I'm sure she has problems for the rest of her life now because of it. Or she could come in with complete forgiveness, begging the judge to show mercy, leniency towards her, even though she hit her with her car. And I can almost guarantee these statements the judge takes into consideration highly. The victim statements.
Their continued love and support is so humbling and so appreciated by me over the past 2.5 years. Thank you, Judge Molly, for your time today and service and for letting me speak and talk about how this has affected my life over the past 2.5 years. As you said, my name's Patty Banks. I'm the mother of 3 young men, ages 28, 26, and 19. 2 of them are back.
She's already about to cry, man.
I'm a
She's
friend
done.
to many people. I've always been a working mom, and I'm a former Ironman triathlete. In an Ironman, you swim 2.4 miles, you bike 112, and then you run a marathon, 26.2 miles.
Ma'am, with all due respect, look, do not take this as disrespect to anybody out there viewing, but get to the damn. I don't care about your Iron Man triathlon stuff. I know why you're riding a bike. You're a healthy person. Only healthy people ride bikes and homeless. And little kids. Little kids ride bikes too. Clowns like to ride bikes. I've seen an elephant or two as well.
I ran track at Ohio State on a track
What?
scholarship.
Who cares?
So I've always been an athlete. I was just 6 miles from home when Allison's road crashed into me with my car. And I was just 6 miles from home when Allison's road crashed into me with my car.
Crashed into me with my car. I understand she's nervous. Got her words jumbled up, but Your Honor, I move to dismissal.
What's up, bitch? I'm ready for you, motherfucker. Oh, see that? No, I got one.
I never do triathlon. It was a huge joy for me and a really big part of my life. And the way she took that away from me. Fortunately, there were people in the world that when that
This girl's really trying to get her smoke. She said, unfortunately, when she drove off, she took all of that away from you.
Damn.
No, she didn't take it away from you when she drove off. She took it away from you when she hit you. And second of all, you know, I always ask myself, what are these people thinking riding their bikes in the middle of the road? Well, not in the middle of the road, but on the side of the road. I know they're allowed to, but damn. I barely have enough faith to trust the person driving in the other lane not to come into my lane, let alone get on a bike and drive with my back towards oncoming traffic, then hope to God I don't get hit by a car. That's like saying, oh, I'm going to stand in front of bullets and hopefully nothing hits me. Maybe not as extreme, but it's close enough, right? And bikers are putting everybody at risk on the streets, man. You gotta swerve into the other lane to get around them, make sure you don't hit them, but at the same time, make sure you don't crash your SUV full family into another SUV full family because of one skinny biker hogging the lane with big calves. Now, I'm not here defending anybody in this situation. I'm just simply stating some things that kind of make me a little worked up.
Yeah, right?
She fractured my patella.
Here we go.
In my pelvis and severed my carotid.
Oh, severed her artery.
But probably the biggest pain for me is that she took away my faith in the goodness of people, and that's why I won't ride my bike on the road again.
She has just been awoken to the realization of how crazy it is to ride your bike on the streets. The main traffic streets is what I'm talking about, not those side roads or dirt roads. Main streets.
And honestly, this whole thing, you kind of refer to it, has never been about Allison hitting me with her car. It's always been about...
Knowing that she's a triathlon person and she's a biker, obviously she's going to want a full penalty, I guarantee you. Maximum.
That day and the days following the event.
Guarantee it.
If she had just stopped after she hit me, at least called 911, I would say, it's okay, I would have been the very first person to get her. But unfortunately, after fleeing the scene and leaving me dead, it was just lies and cover up.
Yeah.
Bro, what's with the thong?
Tina said after she hit me, she went home and put her car in the garage, and 12 minutes later, she told me to hide what she'd done.
Didn't even care about her.
She told me she did trash again. And I am not trash. I'm a person that had a lot of crime. And she woke up for the next 2 days, and she just told multiple lies. And then the family paid a study done showing that I was in the wrong place. I was on the right side of the road, and that's what the law says. Ohio Revised Code 4511.55 says every person operating a bicycle upon a roadway shall ride as near to the right side of the roadway as practical, obeying all traffic rules applicable to vehicles. And that's where I was. So by law, we're allowed to be on the road. So I'm fortunate. I'm blessed to be alive, and a lot of people say that should be enough.
So the defendant hired someone to try to prove that she was nowhere near the right-hand side of the road. She was in the wrong area, and that's why she got hit. Unreal, man. So this girl was fighting tooth and nail to the very end.
I am extremely sorry for what has happened in the circumstance you are now in. I have been concerned about your condition since day one, and I wanted to write this letter, but I didn't know how to reach out to you until a few days ago. Please know, I did not mean to hit you. I was inattentive and should have seen you before I turned, but I didn't. There is no excuse for me leaving the scene and not checking on your well-being. I am applaud at my actions. I know my parents did not raise me this way. I take full responsibility for my actions and the consequences I will be facing. I am guilt-ridden and fear that this is no way I can ever repay you for my actions. I just hope and pray every day you are getting better. I pray for your well-being as well as praying for a recovery.
All right, we'll put on different.
For everything, but I understand you cannot. I have caused you
different
and
suit.
changed your life.
Maybe I'll my health will last
So,
longer.
Ms. Bork, one of the things your attorney mentioned was that you were getting some counseling to find out why you did what you did. Have you made any progress? Is there anything you can tell the court?
Yeah, so I went to trauma therapy for about 8 months, and I worked really hard about.
Hold on a second. So she went to therapy to try to figure out why she ran. Why she ran? She ran because she was scared she didn't want to go to prison, man. Do people really need therapy to figure out why the hell they ran from a crime scene?
You know, going through the motions and making up for it, because I really don't remember what happened at all. All I remember is going in my driveway and sitting there. And so for my own mental stability and to be able to talk about it, I had to make up what happened and figure out those pieces.
Dude, just admit you fucked up. That's all you gotta do. You fucked up. That's all you gotta do is admit, I fucked up.
I work at a school, so I'm a grad student at the University of Toledo. And I babysit on the side for my old client, actually. I helped her in the spring, and she's 4. She had like a severe speech impediment. And so I go pick up her and her brother from school 3 days a week.
Bro, you're fucking up so bad.
Yeah, I'm going to school to be a speech pathologist. And so, yeah, I actually work with kids who are deaf in the school too, and that's really cool because I'm fluent in sign language, so I love working with them. It's helped.
Seems like she freaked out.
It's the judgment warrant sentence of the court that the defendant be sentenced on counts 1, 2, 3, and 5 to a community control sanction of monitored time for 1 year under Ohio Revised Code Section 2929.
That seems fair.
0.17G. A specific condition of monitored time is that you remain a law-abiding citizen.
House arrest! Community control? Are you kidding me, man?
Oh, I thought they said a year in
prison for multiple years behind this shit.
You can't leave the state of Ohio during that time without consulting.
Well, yeah, she's white and successful. I mean,
I've got to hear y'all.
You know me, I'm
this one.
I'm as Republican as they come, but let's be real. She's in college. She works with deaf kids. She's white. She's pretty. Let's be real. I mean, she looks like she got money, or at least her parents do.
I'm just baffled. Do you think she deserves any kind of jail time? Do you think house arrest is enough? You know, it was an accident, right? It was an accident after all. But, you know, like I said, you know, if I was in her shoes, man,
I think she should have got a year in prison.
Fraud,
at
all
least
those charges, and there would never have been no way in hell that I. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23 and 1.
Damn.
I know it's been a while, but go ahead and slide on those fresh pressed Dockers and them stolen polo button-ups. We gotta dress to impress that judge, right? Which judge? Because there's 2 judges in the courtroom today. One judge is gonna be sentencing another judge for the murder of his ex-wife.
Damn.
What is that, Adele, Your Honor?
And this is Millicent Frazier is going to address you, Your Honor. She is the mother of Aisha Frazier.
Okay, so this is the mother of the girl that he killed, his ex-wife's mother. Come on now, Granny. You got this. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Is this the mic?
Yeah, it's
you want
Mike.
to stay seated? You don't have to stand if you don't want. You okay?
Okay.
All right.
I am Millicent Frazier, and I am speaking today on behalf of my husband, Mr. Everett Frazier, and myself, as well as remaining family members who may be present today. Mr. Frazier is not well. He's unable to be here today.
Damn, Mr.
Everett
Frazier.
and I were the parents of the late Aisha Frazier. Our daughter was a beautiful beacon of light, and she loved her parents and family. She was an amazing mother, a beloved teacher in Shaker Heights, and an active member of Garfield Memorial Church in Pepper Pike and South Euclid, where my granddaughter used to help serve in Pepper Pike at church. For Everett and me, love is trust. It is patient and quiet understanding. And our message to you, Lance, is one does not have the right to control a person. Everyone deserves their space and quiet moments of peace. Lance, you never provided that for our daughter. Today, I confront you on behalf of my husband and myself for the aggression that you had rendered to my daughter and our family, causing her to live in fear and ultimately resulting in Aisha's murder at your hands.
Causing her to live in fear. She probably separated from the guy, but it wasn't the end. If I were to guess, this guy's probably just a jealous-ass lover, and when she left, he kept on antagonizing her.
Mason, Aisha was our only child, and because of your aggression, uncooperative, nonconformist attitudes and outcomes, as well as your inability to take responsibility for your actions, our daughter is dead by your hands. You have never conformed to psychiatric treatment or evaluation. Your behavior has included mental outrage and aggressiveness, most probably beginning at a very early age. Your ideas about life with your mate was to control and dictate. If Aisha conformed to you, everything was fine. If she did not, you would go crazy, yelling and screaming and calling her names. You have gotten away with this behavior all of your life. Your parents and relatives all looked in the other direction because you could do no wrong. You were never fit to be anyone's husband because you had so many insecurities. You went to pre-marriage counseling sessions and you ignored their advice. A loving relationship should not be monitored.
He's not liking
or
what he's
controlled.
hearing.
When Aisha had enough of your verbal abuse, love of guns, and violent
Trying to at
behavior,
least get it to.
she was determined
I'm
it was
changing
time
it.
for her and the children to leave. The idea that you brought weapons and hand grenades into the home to assure control of your wife, along with your two precious daughters, became unfathomable for them, but not you. You claimed that you wanted to be the protector for your children. Instead, you put fear in their hearts and souls with your behavior.
Well, you can't be mad at the old lady for being mad at him for walking in with a damn hand grenade. I'm glad I wasn't around the right people, man, when I was younger, because someone brought a hand grenade my way.
You wanted to smother them with your insane ideas of what a father should be. You continued to persecute our daughter during your separation and even after your divorce by demanding that your children be transported to Baskin and Robbins every evening so that you could kiss them goodnight.
Wow.
If you truly loved your children, you would have never have
wild.
subjected them to the mental abuse you thrust upon my late daughter and their mother.
Man, if my parents told me we were going to Baskin Robbins every night when I was a kid, man, shit, I'd be exuberated. I had to eat filthy, stale-ass moon pies that were on top of the fridge because I was so damn hungry, man. No one ate them damn moon pies while they're on top of the fridge.
Monster, and you believe that your children, your behavior was accepted and allowed. In 2014, if you really loved your children, how could you repeatedly violate their trust in you by brutally beating their mother the very first time in their presence and treating it like it was nothing, saying that their mother drove you to it? The second time you premeditated her murder, and you planned it as soon as she dropped off the children, so that they became witnesses to your horror in 2018. You are a vicious liar with no remorse other than the fact that you ruined your own career. What a monster you are. My husband has been in failing health ever since. He is in a nursing facility, and I, the mother of my precious late child, have had to try to piece together what is left of our lives, as well as the lives of my grandchildren and their beloved Aunt Stacy and Uncle Mike, their new guardians. Ever now believe that the courts gave you too many privileges. After you beat my daughter the first time, you made unrealistic demands of her based on your supposed love of your children by her. You got out of jail in 8 months, and then you didn't value or appreciate your diminished role. We offer you the same lack of mercy that you offered our daughter and your children. None. We ask that the courts render a sentence of life in prison to you without the possibility of parole. I
Yeah,
personally
you better
have
get
nothing
it. He
more
looks
to
like
share
an asshole.
because nothing
I can't believe he
will
was
ever
a
bring
judge.
back our daughter.
He looks like a straight
This is our
dickhead.
life sentence, and nothing can ever change that outcome.
Damn good speech, Grammy.
Yeah, nice job,
Sorry
Randy.
for your loss, man. I can't wait to hear what this guy has to say. He has to say something. He was itching back there to say something.
Nothing. He's not going to say anything.
Also in the courtroom here today is Officer Flint, who
Man, we need to put some cocoa butter on that damn forehead.
he also has prepared, he is sitting here tonight, and to inform you of how this has affected his life.
Look at the prosecutor. She starts talking. I guess she's probably a noob because the other guy's like, "Get your ass up on that damn pedestal and talk
Oh,
to the
that
mic.
was
What are
funny.
you thinking?"
That was hilarious.
And to inform you of how this has affected his life.
Put
Get
some
your ass
cocoa
up there
butter
and
on
take
that damn
stand. What are you talking back here for? Newbie ass.
I was asked to appear or write a letter to present before this court as to how the actions of Lance Mason have
He
affected my
fucking
life.
kills me. He's like
I
a dude
chose
I'd
to write
hang
a
out
letter
with. For sure.
and have someone read it to you to avoid becoming emotional and not being able to effectively communicate the impact of his actions. Talking about how this has impacted me when the life of Miss Frazier was taken so tragically. I think of her and her family often, and they will always be in my thoughts and prayers.
Gloves.
I often find myself
jacket.
drifting back in thought to that November morning that can be triggered by a smell, a noise, a memory, or simply seeing or talking to an officer that was there that tragic day. My shift mates and I were enjoying an unusually long roll call. Someone brought in coffee and donuts. I know it sounds a bit stereotypical, but that does not usually happen.
Why is she fucking talking about donuts? She must be a cop. She said it was stereotypical. Cops love donuts, man. They do, don't they, right? But you know, after watching
Actually
so many
do.
damn court hearings, I'm so sick and tired of people coming in
Oh,
here
really?
with, like, the golden speech. Why does everybody got to come in there with a damn novel and they don't even look at the judge when they're talking? They're looking at their paper the whole time. If you're gonna do something, do it
Oh,
authentic,
shit.
man. You just talk off the top of your head. Tell them what the hell you're feeling. It ain't gotta sound so proper. Just go in there and say, you know what, this guy's a punk ass bitch. Just come in there and speak your mind, man. These damn fairy tale stories are ridiculous. I mean, she's talking to us about fucking donuts.
Someone brought in coffee and donuts. At about 9:30, I can remember the
White
voice
lightning.
of the dispatcher coming across the radio. The dispatcher
Fuck,
sounded
man.
troubled, and then the description and nature of the call was provided. My fellow officers
How
and
about
I
we
ran
just
up
leave
the
it there?
stairs and doors to respond.
No virtual
I arrived on
background.
scene and parked my unit. I exited
There.
my unit and stopped to reach for a tool. I had my right leg outside the unit standing
Oh,
or
shit.
planted on the roadway.
Dude,
my left
fucking-
leg was propped up
dude
near the
kills me.
driver's seat.
He's exactly the dude I would hang out with. Exactly. You know. He's fucking hilarious.
Did y'all hear that shit? Sounded like someone just crop dusted my house. I ain't never heard that type of plane out here. That was like some damn old Mustang. Just come in there and speak your mind, man. These damn fairy tale stories are ridiculous. I mean, she's talking to us about fucking donuts.
Someone brought in coffee and donuts. At about 9:30, I can remember the
White
voice
lightning.
of the dispatcher coming across the radio.
White
The
lightning.
dispatcher sounded troubled, and then the description and nature of the call was provided. My fellow officers and I ran up the stairs and doors to respond. I arrived on scene and parked my unit. I exited my unit and stopped
She's a
to reach
cop?
for a tool. I had my right leg outside the unit standing or planted on the roadway. My left leg was propped up near the driver's seat.
Did y'all hear that shit? Sounded like someone just crop dusted my house. I ain't never heard that type of plane out here. That was like some damn old Mustang.
The next thing I remember was being struck very forcefully from behind and beneath, and my breath was taken away.
Oh shit,
I
what happened?
recall extreme pain and then trying to get to my feet and catch my breath. I somehow stood up and turned to see a black sports vehicle rolling backwards away from my cruiser. The airbags had deployed. The front end was now smashed and smoking from the impact of hitting my cruiser, and I could see a man behind the wheel in the driver's seat. I recall a shiftmate yelling that the man in the car was the suspect. As I stumbled out between the two vehicles, I remember pausing for a moment to examine my injuries. My legs were in excruciating pain, and I thought perhaps broken or severely cut. I did have a laceration, but nothing that looked extreme. I struggled down the street trying to make my way to the staging ambulance. I remember glancing back at my unit amidst all the chaos and realizing how fortunate I was to live. I spent 3 days in the hospital in extreme pain due to the injuries sustained from being hit and crushed by the auto Lance Mason struck me with. The doctors were worried about compartment syndrome due to the extreme swelling of my right leg, ankle, and foot. After several weeks of unsuccessful physical therapy, then surgery to repair a damaged tendon, and now more physical therapy, I am reminded of that November day. Each morning I awake to start my day. I struggle to
This judge right here was nicknamed in high school Smoke-A-Lot.
climb the stairs from my bedroom to the main living area of my home.
What?
My back, knees, and feet are filled with aches, pains, spasms, tingling, numbness, and cramps. I have limited mobility performing many functions throughout my daily routine. I cannot sit or stand too long without experiencing pain in some part of my body. I cannot drive any amount of distance without discomfort. Going up and down stairs is one of the hardest things I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Walking at times can be challenging, especially if faced with long distances, inclines or declines, or even uneven ground. Jogging or running at this point is very difficult and painful. Some days are better than others, and I pray with physical therapy in time, I will be able to perform some of these functions somewhat normally again. My children ask me when I will be happy again and be able to do the things we once did. Chase them around, play tag, wrestle with them, or go for a hike. The effect that this has had on my children and my family bothers me the most. I have not returned to work and worry if I will still be able to perform the physical functions that being a police officer require. Even in today's environment and atmosphere, is one of the most rewarding jobs that I could ever imagine having. That comes with wearing the badge, serving people, and helping those in their worst times. There is no greater feeling than knowing a difference or impact was made in someone's life, directly or indirectly, because of the actions you made.
Everybody's face in the courtroom has the same look on it. Shut the fuck up and get off the damn stand, man.
Judge, I find myself quite often drifting back in thought to that morning and reliving the incident several times throughout the day. This can be triggered by a noise or a smell or talking to a fellow officer that was there that
Your Honor, get her off the stand! Get out of here! Tired of it! What is this damn dude gotta say, man? He definitely gotta put some cocoa butter on that shit.
Defense.
Keep in mind, this is a judge, a former judge. So you know he's gonna be speaking good.
Oh man, he God fucking kills me.
To articulate how sorry I am about all the pain that I've caused, and I'm aware of it. Aisha was a beautiful person, and the world certainly is a better place with her in it. Also,
that's good shit right there.
apologize and ask for forgiveness to Mr. Flint's family, Shaker Heights Police Department.
Every time I look at him, I see his forehead.
I served in a community
You hear what he said? He said, you need some cocoa butter on that
I'm
forehead.
not making any excuses. I know what I've done is indefensible. I accept full responsibility for it. I'm ashamed. I know it's a betrayal of my faith.
I can't look. Oh,
and
man.
I failed my daughters every day I live.
I just got me fucking almost crying here.
And their father, and that
I can't. Yeah, definitely. I can't.
You know,
look
another
at him.
gut feeling that I'm getting just by his expressions and taking blame for everything. I think this guy really does feel better that he took his ex-wife's life, that he would rather see her dead than to be with someone else. I'm getting that kind of vibe from this guy.
I love those girls more than I love my life. I adore them. What people are saying, I said, when Aisha and I separated in March, I didn't know why we separated. And the next day, she came back. But I didn't know where the kids were. I was panicking. And the next day, she came back to help me with something at the house. So I did not know why she left, but she had indicated that she had got an apartment, and she took the girls. And from that day forward, I became a different man. And I'll go briefly into that because I don't want to reveal all the stuff because it's personal. But after that, she and I went to counseling together, attended counseling together, and we began to try to reconcile. We attended church together. We went on dates with the family together. We went on dates ourselves. We resumed marital relations. We were, as a matter of fact, we only had one vehicle, so she would pick me up from work, from the Rapid. She took me to get my CCW license renewed, so I don't think she was afraid of me, as people say, or that I was this controlling monster.
You only had one car? How? Man, you used to be a damn judge. You should be having a little fleet, right?
I mean, that was not the case. We were reconciling, and then
she was tired of busting your ass around everywhere.
My aunt.
And that was probably another huge shift in his mentality as well, man. She was his only ride. He probably said to himself, man, that girl's the only thing keeping me together. She's taking me, busting me here, busting me there, watching the kids, feeding me. I can't lose her. I can't lose her, man. I ain't got nothing. I ain't even got a damn car. When a man's at rock bottom, you never know what the hell he'll do.
That's my mom's siblings. And prior to that, Aisha and I took care of my parents. They moved into our house. My mom, in 3 years, my mom died. My dad died within 2 years, and then my mentor, who I loved, died. So within 3 years, I experienced those deaths. My sister, who was a medical doctor, is out on disability and has not worked in 10 years. So people might say I was trying to control Aisha. No, I was trying to protect my daughters. They said, what did I teach my daughters? I taught my daughters that they're beautiful, talented, smart, and unstoppable, that God loves them, and God is love. I made stickers that they placed in their bedroom, and temporary tattoos that they put on their arm. I told my daughters repeatedly, in front of strangers, that when I assaulted their mother, I was wrong. And I reminded them over and over because, one, because I knew it was wrong, but I didn't want them to grow up and think that was acceptable from a man.
All right, time to see this guy get sentenced. I don't have no more patience for talking, especially from you.
First of all, as agreed by the council, count 1, aggravated murder, will merge with count 2, murder, and count 3, felonious assault of Aisha Frazier. Therefore, the court will be imposing sentences for count 1, aggravated murder, count 4, violating a protection order, count 5, grand theft of the SUV, and count 6, the felonious assault of Officer Adam Flynn. There will be post-release control possible. There will be a mandatory period of post-release supervision by the Adult Parole Authority of 5 years in the event the defendant should ever be released from prison.
So he's getting probably life without or
He is
with parole.
informed that any violation of those conditions.
Usually, if the judge tells the defendant before he gets sentenced that he's going to have some kind of post-release conditions, chances are he's going to give him probably parole with whatever else he's going to give him.
Could subject him to further periods of imprisonment and other sanction provided by the statute. You've signed the violent offender information notice, and I've already covered that that's your signature. I'm going to sign the date on today's date, that you've been informed of those responsibilities. And I believe, counsel, we already covered this, but again, for the record, you understand your responsibilities under that statute. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that'll be
Dude,
accepted
it is
and
raining
forwarded
like
to the
crazy
appropriate
outside.
authorities.
It looks like a SpaceX
The court
chair.
costs while you're incarcerated will be waived.
Who the hell do you think you are looking at me like that, too, by the way? You ain't going to keep peeping at me, man.
Time credit calculated by the state as of today's date is 300 days. In this case, the court does find that consecutive sentences are necessary and appropriate to punish you.
Oh, yeah, consecutive.
Consecutive sentences are not disproportionate to the seriousness of your conduct and are not disproportionate to the danger you pose to the public.
The slow zoom in. You know what's coming.
The felonious assault on a police officer is a separate course of conduct, and the harm committed to the victims was so great that no single prison sentence adequately reflects the seriousness of your conduct. Furthermore, your criminal history demonstrates that consecutive sentences are necessary to protect the public from any future crime. Dealing with the last count first, Officer Flint.
Saw table, that's what I thought.
Felonious assault, a felony of the first degree because he is a police officer. This highlights the danger the police face every day for just doing his job, serving the public. The sentence the court finds is 5 years consecutive to all other time imposed.
5 clip for assaulting a police officer.
Count 4, violating a protection order. Court imposes a sentence of 24 months.
Augments. How do I
which
do
will be
this?
served concurrent to all other time imposed. Count 5, grand theft. The court imposes a sentence of 12 months, which will be served concurrent to all other time imposed.
The big one.
That brings me to the aggravated murder of Aisha Frazier. I cannot add to the words you have already heard and have no doubt internalized over your period of incarceration. The children, while I respect your decision to spare them the trauma of a trial, it was too little and way too late. Where was that consideration when you subjected them to the vicious attack on their mother? We can only pray for them to have the strength to cope with and to overcome the trauma of that day. For Aisha, the loss of life, the loss of opportunity to nurture her children, and so many other people in her life, and the children she was teaching through her profession. You deserve the maximum sentence the state requests.
Well, yeah.
However, positive to transpire out of this in the future is for you to make a difference while you are in prison, to help others with your background, to demonstrate a servant attitude. It is for that reason only that after you serve the 5 years for Officer Flint.
I'm just going to say this right now. This guy probably is going to get a bunch of people released from prison because he's going to be the best damn jailhouse lawyer anybody's ever seen. He used to be a prosecutor, lawyer, and a judge. Come on. He's freeing all them damn head honchos in the hole.
And 30 years for the aggravated murder as part of a life sentence. You will then be eligible to appear before a parole board. I am hopeful that during that period of time, with that glimmer of hope, that you will take advantage of that and you will, in fact, make a difference in the lives of those people around you.
Now, what I got from this sentencing is he has to do the time for the stolen SUV and hitting the officer, all that stuff first, and then he has to work on his life sentence, at which he won't be eligible for parole until 30 years. And judging by the look of his age right now, he's probably, what, 45, 50, 30 years from now? Shit. We're all lucky as hell to be alive at 80.
In summary, the court sentences you to life in prison
Dang,
with parole
there he
eligibility
goes.
in 30 years.
30 years.
And
See?
5 years for the felonious assault of Officer Flint.
Yep.
Those sentences to be served
done.
consecutively, and as indicated with regard to the felonious assault, should you be released from prison, there'd be a mandatory period of incarceration of 5 years, and any violations of that supervision would lead to periods of re-imprisonment.
Here's a thought. Don't kill people. I know it's a
What's
crazy
up, everybody,
concept.
and welcome back to another life-changing moment on Lockdown 23-1. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it might not be too life-changing for us, but it's definitely life-changing for the people in the courtroom today. For anybody that's new to the channel, we talk about all things prison and crime related, from the streets to the courtroom to prison. Anything in between, we talk about it. If that's the kind of content that you're into, please do not forget to hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. Check out all the playlists. I got a wealth of content for y'all to go dive into. In September 2007, Daniel Petrick had snuck out his bedroom window to purchase a game called Halo. When he returned home, his parents caught him with the game and took it from him. His father, Mark, a minister at New Life Assembly of God in Wellington, put the game in a lockbox in a closet where he also kept a 9mm handgun, according to prosecutors. About a month later, on October 20th, 2007, Daniel used his father's key to open the lockbox and remove the gun and the game. The boy shot his parents, killing his mother and gravely wounding his father. As his father lay wounded with a gunshot to the head, Daniel tried to place the gun in his father's hands. Daniel fled after his sister and her husband arrived at the house, taking the Halo 3 game with them. Well, there you have it, a little intel on the situation.
Bro,
and today
I don't
you're
know
going to be watching
what's
a very
going on, but
powerful
holy
clip.
shit.
This is sentencing day for Daniel Petrick. He obviously killed his mother and shot his father in the head. But luckily, the Reverend, his father,
like a damn
he survived, and he's going to be taking the stand
tornado
today
out
to
there.
try to talk the judge into not giving his son a harsh prison sentence. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is what I call no bounds to a father's love.
The video games and the reality of shooting somebody, in his case, was blinded. It was merged. He had left playing video games. He then went home and didn't realize, had no thought during this process, during the time he was blinded, that his parents might be dead. They might never come back. John Otero and myself, where he has cried, tears running down his face, saying, I'll never be able to forgive myself, shaking his head. He's a young man. He's not a professional speaker. Just, bear with me.
Bro, you're...
It's our day.
Keep in mind, this is a reverend. This man's speech is truly moving.
What's written in this letter is not only my views, but the views of my entire family. I'm writing this letter on behalf of my son, Danny Petrick. Danny has had to face and is now facing the very serious consequences of what...
Let's stop it right there. I'm watching his son's body movements, and believe it or not, in certain cases, there's a lot of people that watch. the defendant's body movements and stuff like that to see if there's any remorse or anything along those lines. And I can tell you this, his father's speech is already messing with his heartstrings. As soon as he opened up and said, I'm writing on the behalf of Daniel Patrick, my son, I want y'all to look at this guy and tell me if you feel as though he's remorseful. If what he did, he truly regrets. I know it's probably hard to tell just from this clip, but any professionals out there that study body language, maybe you can comment below. But if I were to take a guess, his son's definitely remorseful. I don't know. Let's finish up the speech.
What's written in this letter is not only my views, but the views of my entire family. I'm writing this letter on behalf of my son, Daniel Patrick. Danny has had to face and is now facing the very serious consequences of what he did on October 20th, 2007. I know, without any doubt, he has severe regret, remorse, and guilt over what he did to his mom and I that evening. I can't count the number of times he has told me that he's so sorry for what he did and he'll never be able to forgive himself. I can also count the number of times he has told me that he is so happy that I survived and so glad to still be able to see me. He's told me that numerous times.
See how he looked his dad dead in the eyes? Almost like, yeah, man, I really am very happy that you're still here. You know, some people that aren't remorseful, they don't look the people in the eyes. They just sit there and listen. And I don't know. Maybe the eye contact means nothing. That's just my guess. I think he is remorseful, but at the same time, you need to get smoked. You killed your mom, homeboy.
Yeah.
I love you, Danny. I can't count the number of times that he said, Dad, I miss Mom. I miss Mom. His pain runs very deep, and it should.
Probably shouldn't have killed him.
I believe it should run deep. And if his pain did not run deep, I guarantee you I would not be standing here speaking on his behalf. I call him like I see him. And I would not stand here and talk on his behalf if his pain didn't run deep. I know it does, contrary to others' opinions.
That's a powerful piece right there. The judge, I can almost guarantee, will take a little bit of that into consideration when sentencing him. And you know, some people are good judges of character like that. Maybe he is. He's a reverend. I'm sure he's seen all kinds of variety of people. Or maybe he's not, you know, and his kid's playing him like a fiddle so he could get a great testimony in the courtroom. Things like that we probably will never know, but we have to ask anyway, don't we?
So I'm asking the court on Danny's behalf for a lenient sentence. Because Danny does have remorse and regret. And I believe God is a God of forgiveness and a God of second chances. Although God does not remove consequences, he doesn't. But he does give second chances, and I'm asking that Danny, in his lifetime, would have a second chance to be successful and do something positive and constructive. And I believe that even through this horrible circumstance, that Danny can set an example for other young people not to get involved and do the things that he did. And I believe he can do that. I believe that may be a calling upon his life to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Speaker. Daniel, this is your opportunity to speak if you wish. You're not required to, but certainly your opportunity. You can either sit or stand, whatever you wish.
What do y'all think about that? He didn't say nothing. That threw a little hook in the game for me. He should have said something to at least his dad. Thank you, Dad, for taking a stand and fighting for my life when I don't even fucking deserve it. Little punk couldn't even say one word. Couldn't even say I love you, I'm sorry. Nothing. Or maybe I'm wrong, you know, maybe to a lot of people out there watching this, his silence is another huge sign of remorse. I don't know. In my eyes, it ain't.
Your Honor, I'm not here to belittle family and friends' feelings. And I'm not here to suggest that the family doesn't love Danny very much and has chosen to forgive him. I can't speak for whether God will take mercy upon him, but that's not what we're here to decide. There is a separation between the laws of man and the laws of God. I am here to speak for the citizens of Lorraine County, and I believe it's incumbent upon me to speak for the memory of Susan Petrie. Daniel snuck out to buy Halo 3 on the day it was released. He didn't get to play it. He hadn't been given an opportunity to become addicted to it when it was taken away. This is not the case of a drug fiend stash being taken away. Daniel chose, in the words of his father, he referred to him in his interview as a pathological liar. Daniel has serious problems telling the truth. Daniel knows how to manipulate. His brain really works. Those are the words of his father when he was interviewed, Your Honor. And that's what's happened here. If you look at exactly what occurred, they take away the video game before he's had a chance to play it. That he admitted that his mother was likely to allow him to play the games. His father would be the problem. What does that make, Susan Petrie? Collateral damage? Because he chose to shoot both of them. That to escape what he was going to do, he decided to kill both of them and to make it look like a murder-suicide. That he had to steal the key to the gun cabinet to accomplish this. That the game was in there, and yes, he took it afterwards, but he also had to load the gun. That he was able to pretend that things were going well, walk out of a room and say, I've got a surprise for you, please close your eyes. And then he opened fire. But he opened fire in a very methodical manner. The father first, the biggest target, also to make it look like a suicide, and then the mother. 3 shots from across the room. His hand was steady. This is not a shaking addict having trouble with his thought process. The father didn't die immediately. He tries to place the gun in his hand. Grab the gun, Gad, grab the gun. As he told Dr. Newhouse, what went wrong? Well, first my dad didn't die, and then my sister and brother-in-law, I knew they were coming over at 9 p.m., came over early, and it just all blew up in my face. And I believe trying to frame his father by putting a gun in his hand, stage the scene, and clean up deserves an additional 5 years, for a total of life without parole plus 21 years. That's what the state says is appropriate in this case, Your Honor.
That's what I'm talking about, and you see how he played the game a little dirty, too. His father just laced up the courtroom with an amazing testimony to help his son, but the prosecutor brings a testimony from his father as well during the investigation that his son's a damn pathological liar. He's manipulative. He's sneaky, tricky little punk.
A constant attention to these types of games creates a new hardware.
This judge don't know what to do with this. They didn't even have Atari back in his kid days.
And the type of behavior that produces is difficult to measure in terms of when it might extinguish. There's nothing in Daniel's background that would indicate sociality. He didn't run away from home. He didn't torture small animals. Didn't fight with his parents. He wasn't a bully. He wasn't a predator at all. Sometime thereafter, it was difficult to see remorse.
Could he have had a demon inside of him? Do y'all believe in demons?
And I don't really assign that to some aspect of Daniel's character, but rather the condition that was probably created by this obsession and addiction. When Attorney Otero and Kersey and I believe Attorney Phillip were young bucks practicing law, if you juvenile court would have had it within its discretion to keep this matter in juvenile court. I hope I'm talking now for the future. And not for radio talk shows, which appears to have become little more than an affirmative action program for
What the fuck?
overweight,
Oh, bullshit did I get thrown into?
intellectually challenged white boys.
What the hell did he just say? Man, I'm gonna let y'all run it back. Lace up the comment section with what exactly he said, because I do not know. If I were to guess, I think he just called gamers like fat.
It will be the judgment of law and sentence of the court. Count 1, aggravated murder. 20 years at the Lorraine Correctional Institute. Count
20
2
clip.
and 3 are allied offenses of count 1 and are murder. Count 4, 10 years at the Lorraine Correctional Institute. Counts 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 appear to be allied offenses to count 4, and they are merged. Count 11, 5 years at the Lorraine Correctional Institute. Those sentences will run concurrently.
I didn't hear the judge say anything about life, but every article I've read on this situation, the kid got life with the possibility of parole after 23 years. So he very well could get out of prison here shortly. But I just thought this was a very interesting video for the simple fact that his father, even after doing all the stuff that he did, he still took the stand and supported his son. You killed the love of my life, my best friend, your mother, the one that birthed you. I don't know if I can honestly take that damn stand and do what that father did.
Yeah.
And I'm a
I don't think
religious
so.
man. But that's something you really don't know what you do until you got put in that situation, right? But let me know exactly how you felt about this video in the comment section below. And like I said, please do not forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave if you enjoyed this content. Go check out all the links in the description of the video. Add me up on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And as always, I salute to every last one of you been supporting me since the beginning. And everybody who's just now joining the Lockdown Con.
Oh, man. Well. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good night. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. See you later. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. See you tomorrow.